see. You guys have essentially done a lot of things for a while. You've essentially, guys, that words not working. Gonna reboot. Oh, shit. There we go.
Oh wow, he's actually rebooted.
Remix. Gotta do about 8 things at once here, and it's not very easy.
Play of the game.
I mean, that's how Dungeons and Dragons works, man. I don't know how you play it at your house, but
Game of the play.
What?
What?
Play of the game. McCree for telling you what time it is.
Nah, I still have my favorite highlight where I popped McCree in the face right when he was doing his ult, and then shot my dragon through a wall and killed 2 more people.
I one time was playing
no.
Genji.
We're in the game.
Alright, fine.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys, after basically taking care of an issue, have had 3 months of essentially sort of setting yourselves up in Shield Home. And at the end of this 3 months, you managed to get a few letters. One of which specified from Starlight, which basically said that the situation up north has been handled. But the information she's now receiving from her allies up there have revealed that the Kingdom of Warriors, as they are so called, the Kingdom of Morden, is preparing itself for war. Another letter comes courtesy of the Silver Fall, who once again invites you all for a grand celebration and a proper reward for for essentially saving her life and the lives of some of her advisors during your assistance in Crossway.
So we blew them off for 3 months.
Well, she did say come whenever.
Okay.
You guys have had a thing. She basically sent you this letter. It's like, hey, don't forget that even though this time has passed, you're still more than welcome to.
Okay. So we didn't snub anybody.
Yeah.
That's good.
Everybody was trying to get out of Dodge at the same time. She understands.
And then you received a letter in a golden case. Well, like a scroll in a golden case from the God King of the hegemony of Urak, who both wishes your presence to, well, seems to just sort of meet with you, and also potentially deal with a particular issue that his own warriors are having trouble dealing with. But he also has revealed that there is a particular item that this new thorn in his side is wielding, which can supposedly injure gods. And from there, you've started discussing, but never really seemed to finish. Now that all of you are together, I imagine you can.
So I'm guessing we're in our common eating area at the
Yeah,
moment?
they're just sort of like the common hall of Shield Home.
Then I had spread up a war what I'm terming our war map.
Pretty much.
Good. Sean,
That reminds me. Yeah.
is there any way that I could have worked on a couple other things during the...
No. I mean, no offense. You said something the other day that I already warned you not to do, so you're lucky I let you do anything.
What did I thought after I got the warning, I didn't say anything.
He probably warned you ahead of time and you blew him off. You tend to do that sometimes.
Yeah. As in, you do this one more time and I'm booting you out of the game. So be warned.
Now I have no idea what I did. I do stuff unconsciously.
Yeah, well, you might want to start thinking about what you do.
Anyway.
Okay, so
Do I need to break out dad voice and put him in the corner?
No, it's fine. I gotta get back into Artax's mentality. You guys discuss. I'll be back.
That's
I gotta get into
Artax
character,
does.
guys. I gotta go get into character, guys. Come on now.
That's pretty much what he does, though. He sits and watches all of us argue and squabble like children, and then he comes in and goes, "All right, guys, listen."
I just imagine like Artax storming off to his trailer, eating a bowl of green M&Ms. You're not sure how he got them all green, but they're all green, and just talking to his monkey bubbles.
What?
Anyway, so we were looking at the war map that Coat laid out.
Yeah.
Deciding if we were going to see the silver or.
Yeah, we were gonna figure out what we were gonna do.
And I think 3 or 4 of us had already voted to go to the elves. So.
Yeah, I'm fine with going to the elves. I am down. They had a reward. They had a party.
rewards.
Rewards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talking
Nick's
about
Like rewards. Yeah.
Nyx has gone through a gambit of different emotions because she's been waiting for the pack to arrive, and they haven't arrived for 3 months. So she's gone through like
I mean, you
nervous
just-
excitement to depression to acceptance and
Jesus.
She's going through the stages of grief. Are you kidding? Jesus.
well, you have to understand that he's very, very important to her.
I didn't say otherwise. I'm just damn.
And well, this is the first time he's actually come to visit her and not the other way around.
Ah.
How far away was he coming from? How long should it have taken him?
Well, it depends on where he's living at the moment.
It depends on how long Sean says it takes.
Well, you got a letter. That's how you knew they were coming at all, right?
No, she never got a letter. She
How
just
did she know they were coming?
because
Oh,
of
it
the
was a
vision.
message.
Remember, he was saying something about wolves and to not be surprised if they show up.
Yeah, there was a message passed, like verbal message.
Yeah, so she's been kind
They were
of
definitely your wolves, right?
And not
He-
the other kind of wolves that we don't like.
he was directing it at her after she made a question.
Okay.
So
long as we're not being eaten alive by wolves, that's all I care about.
Well, that dude who can like make spectral
Maybe long
creepy
dead by the time they start eating
people is a
us.
problem.
The hunter. I think that was the hunter.
Yeah, that's the one with wolves.
nothing like that. So she's ready to go to the Elven Kingdom, and she puts her vote in for the party. And
Woo party.
water.
We
Water.
I actually have to agree with
Tubular, dude.
Coat and say we should probably send a letter in advance first. Which would
Oh,
still,
that was
Yeah.
Ledger's idea, actually.
That was Ledger's,
but
yeah.
that's what I meant. Sorry.
That is,
I will take
if
credit
we're-
for it, but it was not
if
mine.
we're traveling on foot or horse.
I still proposed we send a letter to all parties who wanted to see us, only because we don't want to have the God King of whatever to go, oh, so they got our letters and then decided to hightail it to the Elven Kingdom instead. What the fuck? Like, I'd rather him get a letter that says, we have a couple people to visit, we'll get to you.
A letter that says,
Just say we have a prior
"We'll
engagement.
get there, buddy."
A letter that says,
We'll get there when
sit
we're
on-
good and ready.
We'll text him, I'm 5 minutes away.
Well, okay. So, do we have maps? Do we actually know where all these locations would be if we wanted to contact them? Like,
we have a high functioning wizard's tower over there.
Yeah, and like, if they can teleport us, we'll just bring the letter with us. Duh. Anyway.
I don't think we don't know if they're advanced enough for teleporting us as of yet. Maybe.
I don't know. It was my elven girlfriend was over there, since she's pretty much amazing. So she's pretty much the best elven sorceress of all time. So
So does that mean you're going steady? Is that what that means, Coat?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't.
Is Coke
I don't-
settled down now that he's got a child?
It's more along the lines of she's shown up and you've not seen her.
Ouch. Sounds like real life.
Is that a me?
Ow.
Is that a me or is that a we're all kind of busy thing?
That is, she's been busy doing her own thing.
Oh, thank God.
You
God.
have not talked.
Whew. Not my fault. That's not the worst attention.
Code grabs the DM by the front of his shirt. Is it my fault? Have I
I can't tell if it's my fault.
I just need to know how to play that later. That's all.
So was anyone opposed to the elf city first?
So we are sending basically a timeline, a reasonable timeline of when we're going to be visiting both places.
Basically.
Okay,
Well, don't we have 3 places? Just two. Just two.
just the two,
Just
it
two.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we have to go to Ledger's town, right?
Well,
I think we
all the
should save
people that Ledger cares about are now here.
But we still have to deal with that issue.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
should-
almost
Yeah,
died last time we went up against Amon. There's not a whole
Yeah.
shit ton we can do right now.
Yeah, but see, now this time we're prepared. I want to kill.
I think
Previously, we were not prepared.
We're prepared
Well,
to
that-
go
that-
to
before
her
we go
hometown and tell an entire town that slaying her childhood rival is because
How-
he's actually a god.
How about we wait on the visiting of Ledger's town until after we investigate this weapon that can supposedly kill gods?
yes, as
Yeah.
well.
Oh
as,
yeah, yeah.
That was my point. I don't
well as-
want
Okay.
to
I think that
Father and dwarves are safely here. She doesn't give much of a crap about everyone else right now. It's a little
Ow,
low on the to-do list.
savage.
Ow, jeez.
The
who are
hierarchy of
you?
importance would say we should go there
You
first,
know-
in case our
No, we
enemies.
really should.
no,
we
no,
really
no,
should go to Ledger's
to the
hometown
weapon.
first.
Marriage has changed Ledger.
I think
No,
we should.
no,
I
it
think
was
no.
actually stated that Tristan was telling people that Ledger was a horrible person. Like, they were painting her as a war deserter. So we have no idea how many people are even still on my side at home. And now they're being brainwashed to believe in the Great Kings.
Also, I think we should just scry there before we go because of that fact. Like, that's scary. I don't know.
So you want to call before we go over? You
Not call. Just be like, hey, just checking in. How's it going?
One would think
You don't want
that
you don't want to be like parked in the driveway and say, "Hey, you home?"
I'm
Town,
outside.
who dis?
Goddamn.
Yeah, no. Visiting Ledger's hometown is very low on Ledger's priority list right now. Her father
So-
and dwarves are here. That's the important part.
So Coat
What?
takes a number like 5 and just pins it to Ledger's hometown on the map,
That's
Wait, but there's
pretty
only
high.
three.
signifying that we have talked that out. That is now on the bottom of the priority list, which Coat is keeping track of over on the right-hand side of the map.
One would
So
think
organized.
that this weapon that could kill gods should be fairly high on our list of things to do, if
Think
not the
so,
most
too.
important. We're
Well,
facing a
that-
very organized group of individuals, and if they're even remotely threatened by this item, they will take it for themselves, if not use
We can
it.
put that. We can put that as number 2. I think the first thing should be free loot. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean teleporting to freeload, assuming we could teleport, would be the best, I think, option.
I'll be honest with you, even if we can't teleport, I would rather go see the elves first. Because I realize it was a vision given to us by a fucking sovereign,
Yeah.
but I'm not comfortable with the God King. He still had a son or a champion or whoever that guy was that was like leering at Bree or Trick, and I'm not really comfortable with that.
Oh yeah, he
It's like,
wants
no,
to get
no.
his harem. I am not cool with that.
I'm more than happy to put that off, only because we still don't know their motivations entirely. Nobody's insight checked them in months because we haven't seen them.
I mean that motivation's pretty clear.
Well, that
Dude likes him some exotic ladies for his hair.
I do believe the technical term is sweetie sweetie. He wants that booty.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Sean, for that, by the way. Because that is my catchphrase, goddammit. I have a lot of those, actually, now that I
Well,
think about
my point was we don't know their motivations or if they're going to be honorable about it. If she says back off, they're going to be disgusting pigs
They
about it.
They did help us in the fight at Lone Tree, though.
Yeah, begrudgingly.
And not really us, it was more like they helped
They sent us in as
made
lambs
the
to slaughter.
Yeah.
They were still allies.
Crossway sent us in like that. They just didn't argue with it.
I too have my reservations about them. but they were allies, and we can't forget that.
Which is why we are going to see them, but I still think they fall below the elves, who invited us first, if you think about it. It would
I
be
agree.
Yes.
it would
Also,
be-
parties and money and loot. Like
Yes, the very
Also
greedy, the
potential
very
alliance,
greedy
because
reasoning is
we,
there.
we,
yes.
we keep forgetting that the alliance was also mentioned, an alliance between the Elven Kingdom and our
Yes,
forces.
and she wanted to give us information
That's
as well.
I think I don't know what we're all literally arguing the same point. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Might as
No, I'm
well.
down.
I just worry what our enemies do while we're here. At this
Well, we
point.
Whatever
weren't
they were gonna do while we weren't here. That's
I mean, in the Elven
we don't have any
Kingdom.
say in their matter.
Alright.
Focus on what we're doing.
Okay, so let's visit the Mage Tower and see if they can transport us or if we are going the long way.
Derek's already gone.
Goddamn ninja.
And of course, he's all stealthy, so we didn't even see him walk out of the room.
All right, well,
He didn't
Who
look
gets
for-
really offended at Tarek walking out, and when he closes the door, he throws one of the board pieces at him and says, "This is important."
I feel like Artax is so used to it. He just assumes Tarek is with them all the time and hopes.
he's just stealthing around in a circle.
He's just sneaking around.
You guys were arguing you were talking at the table the entire time before you put the map up, and I just popped out of the shadows.
Yeah, and no one even was phased anymore. You were just suddenly there in the conversation, and we went with it. If we're headed over to the Mage Tower, I mean, we haven't been wearing our armor for 3 months, assumedly, while we build Shield Home up. So Ledger's gonna go get her shit and actually say goodbye to her husband.
Who's this we? I've been stabbed in the middle of the night. I wear armor all the time.
Tarek never
I was-
takes his off.
I was mostly curious what people were going to do for what they were going to do before they left.
Well, like I said, Ledger's gonna gather up her things, but she's definitely visiting Talon before she leaves. She's not gonna fucking ghost out.
Is there
I should-
anything?
I should probably
Specifically
make sure my
needs to be done?
son is aware that I have left.
Responsible father.
Look,
Level 1.
having a 5-year-old, you get to just understand that they just kind of operate on their own. You know, they are aware of when you
Tarek,
leave.
Not a cat!
No, they are. A 5-year-old is a cat.
You've been hanging around with Tarek. You should understand.
Welcome to fatherhood.
You now have a cat.
You now have a cat.
Yeah, but Coate's son, Clarky, came with nursemaids, so it's a cat with supervision.
Oh God, that's even better.
Wait, supervision or supervision?
Who's-
No,
Sean,
no.
technical question. Who's paying these nursemaids?
Your apparent father-in-law. Well,
Oh,
would be
thank-
if you were married.
Okay, thank God.
Your baby
Godfather.
granddad.
Godfather.
My baby granddaddy. That's not God. That's not Godfather. That's a different thing.
Poor guy.
He made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Quick question, Sean. Did my first plan ever get done, or did we just skip it?
I don't
We
think
generally skipped a lot of that stuff.
I don't think any of our shit got done.
I was gonna go search for Bajor really quick and see if he was at my new area.
I mean, that would be a good idea. We could check for him. I mean, do you have like signs that you could like show? Do you have flashlight gang signs? If you like walk down a back alley, snapping your fingers.
He
Thieves
fires a
can't.
flare into the air, and Bjorn like airdrops out.
That's how it works, actually.
Well, actually, he has that silver raven now. He could probably send it to us when he needs to find
Oh,
us.
that's true. Oh yeah.
Assuming
Forgot
you
we
didn't sell it.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
true
think
as
he
well.
did.
No, he said he liked it, and
Yeah, it's
that would
weird.
probably come in useful. Nyx is probably going to say goodbye to various people that she's met and worked with, and like,
And maybe leave word for the pack.
yeah.
go-
Well,
go-
basically leave word like if a bunch of wolves show up, no matter how large they are, just let them in, please.
So
They're
long
like
as they,
friends.
so long as they're corporeal.
If they're
And
made
not-
of like Shadow and Ghost, kill. Well, actually, run.
Run is the good option.
Yep, Artax is back in character.
Coat goes up to little Emil and says, "Now, Daddy's gotta go away for a little bit. I should be home just soon. But when I get home, I'll show you that magic trick we were talking about.
He just sort of gives a little nod.
I'm gonna teach this boy.
Aw, I wanted you to RP a child's voice.
He's been used to you being gone all the time, so he doesn't care.
Yeah,
Oh.
he didn't know I existed. That's not fair.
Oh.
His grandfather had been telling him about you the whole time. Like, yeah, he's abandoned you.
He's a
So.
fucking deadbeat dad. Yeah.
Artex is gonna share his pleasantries and goodbyes with the clerics and other temple people.
If Miss Trickery's done with the grimoire, I wouldn't mind taking a look at it.
Oh, hell no. I will never be done with that thing.
That was a gift. So
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on, you have so many books. I'm talking about the one with the one that Starlight wanted me to look at.
that's not the grimoire.
Okay,
the
my
grimoire.
bad. My bad. So many fucking books.
I agree, there are a lot of books.
I mean, I have
'Cause I'm
three.
like,
Almost like
wait,
you should
wait.
be taking notes.
Yeah, quick, make the flowchart for the books.
I'm
I
just
have
like, I'm
three
just like,
alchemical texts and a book on Golomancy.
Do we have a party bank thing on this roll
Nope.
20, or is
We do
someone just
not.
keeping track of that?
I thought-
I have it on my character sheet
Of
Yeah.
course
and
it
written
does.
down in a book. I am the accountant.
That's a good out of character and in character person to handle that.
Yes.
well, in character, it's just like, I need to make sure no one's taking extra loot.
Or that I'm the only person taking extra loot.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Mostly that one. Her and Tarek suddenly like retire to this world's equivalent of Hawaii, and we're like, how can they afford that? Well,
They were the accountants. Damn it.
The only person
Man,
who
that
could burn
1%
the
off the
books
top.
is the only one who could actually burn the books.
That
By
was-
the way, you guys haven't paid taxes in 20 years.
All right, let's stop lollygagging.
Oh please, let's go to the mage tower and get teleported now.
You assume
Is
it's gonna
that a thing?
happen.
Sean, is that a thing?
Can I do
we
that?
Should,
Can I do?
we
Can
should
I do?
send the message first before we get teleported.
Can I
Well,
do
I
that
mean,
awkward
message-
stepdad thing where I give my boy a present that's completely inappropriate, like a knife or something like that?
oh god.
Like his nurse face is taken away just from.
Put that away for later.
Eh?
Wait, the knife or the idea that I just gave you?
The knife.
Okay. Because I don't trust you right now.
Did we ever trust Sean?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did.
You
which is
did.
why-
You did at one point, but then I
We
completely
did until
took it
Amon
away.
happened.
I knew
Yeah,
he was
and-
not blind. I never knew. I told.
And then he mind fruck us.
Look, I just hate that Tarek was right. Of all the things, I hate that he was right.
Right about what?
The fact that
Very
we're
first
blind.
session, he's not really blind. We're like, ah, come on, bullshit.
It was
dude."
like, it was a running thing. Like before everybody joined, I think Trick was there too.
Yep.
Like, Josh was adamant that this character was not blind, that he was full of shit, and he was constantly trying to throw knives at the guy to prove his point.
and I
and now
stopped
we
him.
realize-
I stopped
yeah.
him.
Artax stopped him like twice. And
We saw one
if
of
he
them.
hadn't, we might have known, or he may have
No,
taken
you
the dagger
wouldn't
to prove the point.
Yeah, and we're all in shock when we find out he's actually the sovereign. And that's what the first thing coherent someone says among all the gasps and sobbing is, "I knew he wasn't blind."
Knew it.
Oh, you're hilarious.
By the way, that's my opening move against him. When I fight him, is stab him in the eyes. Now you're blind, bitch.
Good
Okay,
luck
to the
with
mage
that target
tower.
number.
Okay, yeah. So we go to the mage tower. Can we get teleported? Is that a thing?
The mage tower is now actually a tower instead of just like a hut. It's slowly been built up. Built up now that someone is actually in control and the three brothers don't bicker amongst each other anymore. And there is a small circle on the base floor that looks like it can be used for teleportation.
Awesome. Like, do we have to
The,
go find somebody?
the
or-
wizard brother gives you sort of a look and just sort of gives a smile and says, the lady is, well, the lady is currently asleep right now. Is there anything I can help you with?
Wake the lady up.
We need to go to the Elven Kingdom now. Also, have you finished that project for me? Wink, wink.
No.
Did you?
Been busy around here.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, we can have you go there, but do you have? Well, I mean, do they know you're coming?
We should send a message first.
It's a reverse surprise party.
Is there any way?
Reverse surprise party.
Is there any way to send them a message and then maybe we can leave tomorrow when they've had time to digest said message?
Surprise, we're here.
That's a great question. Let me not answer that great question because I don't believe I took sending.
We know you didn't. It's a 3rd level spell.
Where?
Sending is a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this shenanigans?
There we go.
Wizards of the Coast. Watsy, please.
All right. Well, it's a teleportation circle. Can a scroll be teleported?
They
Oh,
can send magic
we-
letters. They've
yeah,
done
we-
it before.
We are in a mage tower. Wouldn't they have that kind of? Wouldn't one of them have that kind of magic?
I could send
Them
you
cast
a
sending?
message. We
Yeah,
have scrolls for this matter.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Why don't you start with that anyway?
I was going to tell you that, but you kept
Way to
jumping
bury
in.
the lead.
Why didn't you start with that? I've missed you guys so much.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
But we would greatly appreciate this.
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Who wants to?
I'm not even going to
What?
ask which in or out of.
Who wants to be the guy that? I forgot my words. Bye.
Wants to write the message.
Thank you, Sean.
It was my idea. I'll write the stupid message.
Accepting invitation to party. Stop. Loading this harmony. Stop. We'll show. Stop.
Oh, stop.
This joke should stop.
Ooh, that was clever-ish.
It was clever in the Three Stooges.
All right. So general, just response to the letter, quickly penned, as neat as possible. We'll be delighted to accept your invitation. We should be there tomorrow. We're going tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess. That should give them enough time to rouse the party goers.
All right. We'll say tomorrow midday. Give them the morning to panic.
Give them the morning to panic. God damn it, Amanda.
Tomorrow around midday. Done.
Or we could ask them what time would be convenient to show up. Could they send a message back?
Oh.
Write message on back of paper, please.
Check yes or no.
Oh god.
I don't know how this magic stuff works. I only know religious magic.
And Nix is so confused because she has no idea the protocol.
Yeah, Ledger's not really clear on this either. It seemed like an idea.
Maybe we could have Talon write it for us.
Well, I mean, I've spent like 3 months studying the same mail and books and shit that he has been in terms of learning who the contacts are and all that jazz. Like, Ledger's been doing that. So she should know how to do this. Sean, instead of making me figure it out, like, can we do that? Can we just say Ledger knows what she's doing and writes the letter correctly and politely?
I imagine you can at least figure out some of it.
I got as far as I could, and then we couldn't decide if we wanted to ask them what day or if we wanted to just say, we'll be there tomorrow.
God, we're the
get
most
it.
awkward bunch.
Disharmony, dude. Disharmony. All right, you know what? We'll be there the day after tomorrow. So they have a day and a half for prep. They were already expecting us. If that's not good, they can write us back. There.
Okay, sounds good.
Shit, what do we do for 1.5 days? Oh my god.
I don't know.
You meditate, and then we just leave.
We do a montage.
It's just us eating in the hall.
Like the end of the first Avengers movie.
Would you like some
What is
shawarma?
this?
I want some shawarma.
So what is this shawarma?
Another slam.
All right, so we'll be there over tomorrow, and we have the wizard brother send it.
All right. The message quickly vanishes as he sort of casts the spell. And then, not probably 2 minutes later, the scroll immediately reappears right in front of you again.
I catch it.
I facepalm.
What does it say?
It says, well, from what you can tell, it's very neatly written. It looks like it's almost a canned response. Seems like they've been waiting for you to send a message. Not in the sense of, oh, you took forever to do it, but more in the sense of they've just sort of like, oh, they sent a message. Here's the message that we were going to send a reply.
They had one already written and ready for us.
Has this message been sitting there next to the wizard for like a couple months now, just waiting? He's like, is it time yet? No. Is my time now? No. Now is the time.
It just like pops up in the your message just popped in there. He's like, oh, okay. Immediately reaches over and grabs a little scroll and's like, bam.
I like
I'm
to
just so
imagine
worried
they
about penning it properly. He didn't even read it. He just sent the one back.
I like to imagine they had one guy hired just to wait for that letter.
It's the
Okay,
magical
so what's
equivalent
your
of like an
response?
auto-responding text message system.
It's Steve. Steve is the guy.
So what does it say?
It says that they would be honored to host your party. That there's a few things that seem to have been hastily added in there, mostly in terms of when your group would arrive. And they said they will be expecting you, and they sort of have a few words that appear to be arcane in nature for directing the teleportation circle.
Helpful.
They told us what subway train to get off of, guys.
Are you sure? It looks
All right.
more like we need to get a Stargate.
That too.
Well, I mean, we got some. I imagine we have some last minute cleanup items that we could take care of around the keep while we wait for, the lady to wake up.
And we could make sure that the things we were working on are going to run smoothly while we are gone.
There is that. You don't want to let the kettle. You don't want to let the cauldron boil. Can't leave
Great.
that. You can't leave that going while we walk out.
It's like, granted, Nixes are more directional in nature when the whole mining business and so she doesn't have that much to do, but people who are in charge of things like mage towering might want to leave instructions or something. I don't know.
The Mage Tower seems pretty good. We basically got people to run this shit for us.
Right. I'm tracking.
What are we doing perception on?
Nothing.
Finding Tarek when he ran away from his bath.
Oh.
Sorry. I keep forgetting 3D dice are a thing, and you guys are being forced to witness it.
It's been 3 months, Tarek. Get in the tub.
Gross.
Oh, it has been.
Yeah, that is really scummy.
So anyway.
Gross.
There's all manner of foot fungus going on there.
Damn.
So what would you like to do for your day and a half?
Do we have anything to do in town?
Find Bajur.
That's true. Let's look for Bashir.
Can we
Yeah.
go look for
Take off all the hats.
take off all the
Okay, first thing on the do list, accost all of the people in the keep.
I mean,
That's pretty normal, so...
yeah, it's like you're a giant
Solid
warforged.
plan.
Like you can just do that.
Never mind. Trick, are you done with the book that Starlight gave you?
I never did anything with it, so I guess.
I'll take a look through that, see what
Was I
Starlight wanted me
supposed
to
to do
see.
something with it?
Not really. You just had it last.
Okay.
It was just the book we had.
Okay.
That was the one that mentioned Datho, right?
No. This is the one with the writing at the back that no one could figure out.
That was
Oh.
the book I had.
That was the book she was talking about.
Oh, it's the same
Yeah,
book.
see?
Okay.
Yeah, so there's only like one book.
Well, it's 2 books.
Two books.
Well, the 4 I have.
1. Ooh.
Oh, no, technically I have 5 books.
Okay, while you're squabbling over books, Nyx is going to check out the leaders of the mining, see if they need any more directional help or if they've run into some dangerous pockets or anything like that.
Nick, Ledger's gonna go with her because that's where her fam is.
Artax is doing something similar, but with the temple, and not
Over-
about explosive stuff.
Over the last 3 months, have I been able to make this necklace do anything?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
I want to try deciphering that ritual again in my book without setting my hands on fire this time.
What?
without being a human pyro or pyre.
I failed my last intelligence roll so bad.
We found a beholder.
Yep. All right. Anything else? So I can get through this stuff.
You know, I think Coat would go look for
So you guys
Bajra
are
is
trying to
found.
find Bajor.
Yes.
All right.
Everyone, roll perception checks.
Well, I mean, that's basically it. Is roll perception.
I'm gonna be more like, if you guys find him, tell me.
Can we do an investigation?
Yes, please.
Should do a group one, maybe.
Yeah, investigation. I'm sorry, that's the one.
Well, Nix and I went to the
Yeah.
so are
Damn
we
it.
in this?
So it wouldn't be us.
Yeah, we're not in on this. Good.
Oh,
there you go.
I found it instantly.
Rip the hats off, everyone.
Take off all that.
Bree,
Oh, that's
Bree bumps into a motherfucker, knocks him down, knocks his hat off, and he turns into a dark elf in front of her. Like, what the fuck?
Like the worst
As everyone in
Midas
town knows,
touch
what the
Uh,
ever.
fuck?
You investigate all around Shieldhome, cannot find him.
God damn it.
I mean, we did give. Let's be real. We did give him a long list between all of us.
I've
And he
concluded
has a
he's
way of
dead.
contacting us now.
And
Yeah.
a lot of gold.
We just gave
He's
him a lot of gold.
busy
He just
searching for
disappeared.
stuff that we asked him
He
to.
just took off with the money.
He's in another part of the continent.
You know, he could have.
That's very possible.
You know, I don't even remember if I asked him for anything.
We did. Lots of quality materials.
No, I mean Ledger personally. I don't remember
Oh.
if I needed anything.
I don't think you did.
No, yeah, it was the fairy dragon for Nyx, quality materials for myself and Arcanos.
And
Something
and
for-
Artax.
Or sorry, your Artex. It was Artex instead, not
Yeah,
Arcanos.
thank you.
And then it was Josh asked for something. I don't remember what it was though.
You got
I
poisons.
asked for something too.
Oh, didn't you want something of haste?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Haste.
Yeah,
Wait, someone's getting a pseudo dragon, right?
got to go fast.
Yes, Nyx.
Nick's getting a
Makes
pseudo
sense.
dragon. That's gonna be good.
I like how Rocky just goes just chuckling to herself. I thought it was funny. Ugh.
I feel like
Yep.
Sean's trying to get us to do something, but we're not figuring it out.
No, I'm just letting you guys do whatever.
Okay.
I go back to Emil and teach him that magic trick.
I go through that
It's
book
like-
that Starlight wanted me to read.
I'm just whatever.
How are the mines?
The mines are doing well. They are actually starting to, produce.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hooray. But yes. First off, yes, Bajur is not around.
Yeah.
He is still off gallivanting around.
Have I had any applications for students or professors at the college?
Not yet.
Oh, someday. It's just me sitting in the college by myself.
Hey, it'll be like accepted. You'll be like the one staff member who's licensed.
Yes, you're just busy making lesson plans for when the students show up.
You're giving me way too much credit now. I appreciate it, but thank you.
All right, one moment. Someone just called my name.
My name is what?
John, come back to Dungeons and Dragons.
He's playing another game at the same time. I can't believe.
He's seeing another woman. What was the thing we were talking about? We were talking about the side campaign, and Sean's was like, "You're gonna discuss this in my bed."
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Wait, what?
He basically accused us of cheating on him.
Oh.
Like it was like cheating on him in his own bed.
I get it. Anyway.
Along that note, I did get into the Curse of Strahd game, but I think we're screwed. No
Why?
healing whatsoever.
Well, that's bad party dynamics.
Look, if my 3.5 party can survive with no healing,
No, that's different.
Hey, Matt. Matt,
shut your-
I think your party has made a clerical error.
Oh, all right. All
God,
right.
I was gonna go with grave error, but that was too good.
Someone was talking about a party with no healers making a clerical error.
I gotta find
It's too good. Good job. Air pipe, Josh.
Don't encourage that behavior.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I'm trying to train him not to do that. as
I've known
often.
Josh for years, and that is the kind of shit we air five over.
I should not have watched Scrubs yesterday.
And someday we'll real high five, Josh.
Oh yes.
Gen-Con.
Skin on skin contact. It's gonna be weird.
We'll be separated at Gen Con. We'll be texting back and forth, and you'll just see random air fives.
I actually imagine more like conflicting power levels in DBZ, how they're like wicks of flame catching off each other and they like mesh in the middle.
The ultimate bromance.
Nah,
Don't you know
that would
all the
imply they're
kids
both
nowadays
awesome.
dab?
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn. I'm gonna go nurse that burn over here. Jesus.
Teach yourself
I felt it. I felt the burn. Whew.
It's like a fusion jam, it's like Yamcha and Krillin.
Ouch! Ooh. God, yo,
Hey
calm
now. Hey,
down
hey
over
now.
there.
Yeah, you're right.
Back to
No,
Nobody
Nobody
compared
wants
with
to be
Yamcha.
associated with Yamcha.
Yes. We don't have a party Yamcha, okay? Thank you very much.
Anyway.
Says the dead man.
I mean, nobody's died yet. Doesn't mean. Anyway.
Hey.
Doesn't mean I'm not killing one of you motherfuckers.
There we go. And it seems. Yep. So, trying to remember. Nick's checks on everything in the mines, which appear to be working fine. Things are going well, and with her assistance, they are very quickly homing in on some good bits of ore.
Yay!
Good job, Nick. I scratched your
And
knee.
then I didn't hear what Ledger said when you guys were devising your grand strategy.
She was just going to check on our family, who is, of course, working in the mines.
And they are doing well. And then... And then... the... Arcanos.
God damn it.
You are basically reading through that that book, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you this way, from beginning to end, it's kind of a dry read, unless you're super into history.
This is Arcanos we're talking about.
I've been an introvert for at least a century, and I'm proficient in history. It's good enough for me.
Well,
He
what
does
you
read
do
history.
learn is
Pretty
basically
important.
the same thing that Coat learned for the first few bits. Basically, this is a record of the Sovereign War, when the Sovereigns basically appeared about several thousand years ago,
Mhm.
and basically started wrecking house. They came with terrible creatures, and they began to corrupt and kill anything in their path, including gods. At one point in time, the gods managed to bless a champion named Datho, who was given a great weapon from a reclusive smith. Eventually, however, Datho was killed when his own weapon turned on him.
Alright.
The war after the champion's fall became much more heated and much more vicious, especially since the gods themselves could barely hang on anymore.
Ooh. This is not good.
And so once more they petitioned the smith who had assisted Datho in coming up with a solution to their problems. They were running, even with the amount of people they had, they were beginning to run low on actual fighters, which, when you're talking a worldwide war, it's becoming a terrible issue even in terms of species survival.
Holy shit.
In response, the smith said no.
Huh.
And then started making one anyway.
Because he gets bored, really.
It's more guilt from what you can read.
Duly noted.
And thus, a full army of, well, supposed automatons were made. And eventually, the war just ended. Not due to any decisive battle. It seems as if during one of the greatest conflicts known to man, with armies spanning millions and gigantic war machines laying waste to whole kingdoms, it seems like the sovereigns just vanished.
Interesting.
And with that, slowly things began to go back to normal. Except the automatons started thinking for themselves.
Yep.
Which the smith himself decried and basically argued their destruction before being overruled and vanishing.
Did we walk into Fallout 4? I feel like we walked into Fallout 4.
Nope.
Damn synthetics. Just fucking shit up.
But from there, it seems like they were essentially, since their memories were incomplete at the time, they were set up in an area on their own and basically left.
Mm-hmm.
Given charge of someone else who claimed responsibility for their creation due to the smith not wanting anything to do with them.
Yep.
But from there, it seems like things start to rebuild before it gets to the last few pages where it seems like, once again, it's that strange language.
The one that hurts.
That hurts to even look at.
Huh. Okay. Okay. And I pretty much have no reason to believe any of this is false, correct?
Not to your knowledge.
Okay.
It somewhat meshes with what you know. It simply goes further back than what you know.
Mm-hmm.
And changes a few details, though explains others.
Yep.
My phone go.
That's all I did for that time.
Yep. And finally, eventually, the day of your trip is all occurring.
Time skip.
We're going on an adventure.
We're going to be teleported to an elven city. It is so cool.
Ba-ba-da-ba,
This is probably something I should have asked. This city's not part of my
Oh, you
my
mother!
kingdom's network, right? No, hold on. This is for different reasons.
No, sorry. I'm mad at my teacher. Later. Sorry.
Correct, Sean?
Yes.
Okay. No worries then.
Josh, look at the camera. Let me bring it up for you real quick.
What?
You see the kitty sleeping over there?
All right,
How cute.
both of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. No, it's not part of your network, by the way.
That's what I wanted to make sure. That's good. I guess we go to the Mage Tower. It's time to leave.
Yep, so we
Yeah.
all pack up our stuff again.
I wave goodbye to Emil. Yeah, I wave goodbye to Emil. Grab all my shit.
Wait, did you already do that?
I hand him another knife.
What?
Those are 5 gold apiece, you know.
Look, when you're as flush as I am, you don't really care. Josh giggles as he picks my pocket.
He starts getting lighter and lighter and lighter.
You no longer have encumbrance.
Fuck you, Josh.
I'm putting it in the party bank. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's in Strick's pockets.
You're right.
You just wanted an excuse to have your hand in our pockets, didn't you?
He needs an excuse.
Walks away.
Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Goodness. Naughty.
It's been a long 3 months.
Yeah.
I imagine you guys could have been doing things.
Can we not get into this?
Why do you think I left?
Look, we're all adults here. Calm down.
I am a baby.
Technically, the scene is
know.
said there's a child
It's
in the room.
hilarious.
No, you're 18. You're an adult. Swiggity
I'm
swooty boy.
I need an adult. I am an adult.
That's right.
I am an adult. All right. Are all of you ready to go then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, stuff was still packed from yesterday. It just needed picking up.
Amanda has gone quiet.
I have, sorry. My dog just almost knocked my laptop off the bed.
Clarky, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, in general, says goodbye to Talon and Dad and people, and off we go with our stuff. Yay.
Yep. All right. You guys head off to the Mage Tower. And eventually, the wizard sets up the magic circle. Puts down a few sort of smatterings of arcane dust. Sort of chants a few words and says, "Please stand in the center. You'll be there fairly shortly."
Please stand by.
Keep your hands and arms inside the carpet.
Or the circle.
Whatever.
I mean, it's especially important that you keep them inside the circle because you could wind up where you are without them.
Ah, splinching.
Tarek holds
Wow.
a hand out.
Are we all fitting, or like it's one at a time? You said it was a small circle.
What are you doing? Come here.
It
Wait,
works
is-
if you just crowd in.
Where are they?
Is Tarek's hand outside of the circle?
No, it is not.
I slap it.
Okay, go play.
Clap your hands.
Slap hands.
Slap ass.
No,
Yeah.
that's before your time, buddy.
Shut up.
And poof.
Indeed. The it takes a few moments. You sort of feel the magical energy, your hairs standing on end. Before,
Oh my god.
eventually you just see sort of a bright flash. And there, in front of you, is a elf in a sort of small robe. Or I wouldn't say a small robe, just a very loose robe. He looks at all of you and says, "Ah, excellent. It appears all of you made it on time. I was wondering if I was going to have to wait for you."
Push coat forward.
Mouth, go.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
You were your
No, I was
Nick's-
dadding. Sorry.
Oh.
Nick steps forward a little bit. Sorry you had to wait so long for the party and all, but we had to set up our new home and all of that.
I think that's the most you've ever talked to a stranger ever.
That's one of the
We're very
most times
proud.
she's
We're-
ever talked,
You know-
period.
Except the King in the Underdark.
True.
Yeah, you have the weird times when you come out of your your little social butterfly cocoon there.
She might literally be in a cocoon. That's
That's entirely possible.
I think he's just more trying to establish dominance.
Let's just say she's had to put on this role before.
Fair enough.
Yep. But yeah,
like,
the
Thank you for receiving us, my lord.
the man gives you a nod and says, "Well, the silver is waiting for you. We're actually," brings out a small map of the city, and you can see Silverfall is a rather compact city, sort of next to a mountain. It's just sort of like built into a little cubby of it. You can see, instead of what most elves normally are, which is sort of like more organic and sort of forest dwelling people, the elves of Silverfall have essentially like fully adopted being a modernized society. They are, from what you can tell, pretty far from any sort of forest of substantial size, I should say. And from what you can tell, all of their buildings and districts, it sort of looks like a very closely compacted city based off of the map alone. He points to a small little tower. He says, "You are here currently. It's one of our reception areas whenever we have guests."
We thank you for the invitation.
And from here, we will travel along this road. Sort of runs his finger across a small line up to a large building on the map. It says, "And this is the palace." From here, you will be meeting with several of our noble families, along with Silver herself. There will be a banquet tonight.
Fantastic.
Gives a nod, rolls up the map. "Now, if you'll excuse me, if you will just wait a little while here, I will prepare for travel."
I will let your assassins know that you're waiting.
He's gonna go hail us a cab.
I'll grow us one.
He walks out and just sort of leaves you in this room. It's a nice room. Mostly seems like it's made of marble.
Nyx is just kind of looking around happily. She hasn't really been in cities all that much, so she is... even the room is interesting to her.
Yep.
Coat goes and inspects a vase.
It is a very nice vase.
Awesome.
Likely.
Likely elvish in making.
I wasn't going to say that, but it is elvish in making.
I'm gonna say that's about as much as Code I imagine knows of, pottery.
Yeah. It doesn't really. This seems like it's sort of just meant to kind of like be a reception area for some guests. It seems like it may be a little bit higher profile than many of the others that you've seen before. Eventually, the man comes back and he gives a polite bow and says, "If you'll excuse me, I have a carriage waiting for you."
Awesome.
Nyx is immediately there. She's like, "Does that mean horses?"
You all walk outside onto the cobblestone streets, and you can see that there is a drawn carriage, but it is not horses, actually, that draw it,
Thestrals.
but a pair of hippogriffs.
Nick's
Yeah,
is
Nick's-
freaking out right now.
Yeah, and Nick squeeze.
Yep. Nyx immediately squeeze.
I grab Nick by the shirt collar, so it's just. I grab Nick by the shirt collar so she doesn't run off.
Aw, but
They're right there. You know exactly how far she's gonna go. She's gonna run right up to them.
Can I pet one, please? Please.
I pick her up and put her on my shoulders and walk her over to the hippogriffs. Because I imagine they're man-sized or taller.
They're pretty big creatures.
Yeah,
No,
so I walk her over like a little kid,
Which she's basically acting like one right now. So, yeah, she's going to carefully pet one.
It bites you.
Make a dexterity
You
save.
didn't bother.
Well,
You didn't move.
it seems
Snap. Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Everyone kind of like cut out for just a second there. I think.
Wait, what do you say?
I think everyone cut out there on my end for a second.
It just seems to not really notice that you're even there.
Aw. Okay.
I mentioned bowing to it. I made a Harry Potter reference, and then Amanda asked you to make a dexterity saving throw. It's like, hey, what's your AC again? What? No reason. Take 5 days.
Get the Price is Right failure horn.
God damn, that'd be so great.
It's like, okay, she's happy now. She'll go onto the carriage. she just wanted a minute to check out the hippogriffs.
Translation: she knocks on Coat's head and says, "Okay, I'm ready now."
Yep.
All right, I say, I move us into the carriage then.
You move into the carriage, and eventually, the carriage gets moving with the man who greeted you driving it. And you are driven through the great city of Silverfall. So from here, you can see that the sort of modernized sort of infrastructure matches its design, as it has a much more Victorian feel to it in terms of building design. And
It's like natural Victorian. Is that what we're getting?
Huh?
I'm trying to so when I think Elvish City, I think vines and plants and trees and tree buildings and stuff like that. So you said it's more Victorian, so kind of like
it's definitely not natural. It seems
Gotcha.
like these elves are very much have abandoned any sort of roots in the forest and have fully embraced stone and steel over wood.
Gotcha.
So we're talking lots of windows.
There are plenty of windows, yes.
Tarek is very happy.
Windows,
Eric curls himself through the nearest one.
windows, terraces, and balconies.
Pretty much.
That's not good.
Tarek is like casing the whole town as we go through.
Nice.
And Nyx just thinks it's beautiful, but just a little bit unnerved that they're so separated from the natural.
She's disappointed there's no trees and vines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed in you.
No, it's like it's more like a very back of the mind, just slight unnervingness. She still thinks it looks beautiful.
It takes about a 10-minute carriage ride before you begin to see the outlines of the castle, which from what you can tell is actually flanked by 2 huge draconic statues.
Ooh.
Do they look attached?
Well, I mean, you probably would barely come up to it because they're basically the size of life-size silver dragons.
No.
Oh,
Never mind.
Sweet.
So you're not walking away with one, Josh.
Damn it.
The ultimate heist.
I pull out the swimming pool of holding.
Anyway.
But yeah, the castle itself seems like it's just sort of a giant structure that is heavily fortified. It seems like this place was definitely made first for any sort of defensive measure before it was eventually gilded and given any sort of finery. Because underneath the sort of the silver trims and the various banners and tapestries that sort of line it, you can tell that this is a place that is ultimately going to be sort of extremely defensible. And as you come into the main courtyard, you can see about 100 or so servants and various nobles who are out there just waiting for you.
Awesome.
Impressive.
The driver gets out of gets off of the main carriage and opens the door for you. Says, "Now, this is, well, the first bit of your welcoming." He gives a nod, and many of the servants come up to you and just sort of look and try to see if there's anything that you guys have carried with you, like any sort of bags, essentially.
I don't think Coat was carrying any substantial things.
Amounts
Maybe
of gold? No.
Well, certainly not anymore, motherfucker. No, it's I mean, we probably had like formal wear.
Nyx has a small carry pack thing.
Yeah.
Those of us who are looking to get a bag of holding, we can pretty much carry all of our stuff comfortably.
I hand
no
him my
one has
bag.
anything else?
No, I hand him my bag. Yeah, it's like, no, they're taking my bag.
Well, they take your bag and they just sort of look at everyone else, just sort of like eyeing their bags of holding and like, should we take these?
I thank them
Nyx
for the offer,
heads.
but I prefer to hold on to it.
Nyx hands over her backpack though and goes, "Thank you very much."
Tarek says nope. Nope. Keeping all my stuff.
Guessing Trick is also the same. Is Bree here?
BRB.
She said BRB.
How long
Ah.
ago?
Yeah, let's assume that Trick will want to keep a hold of her stuff.
Probably.
Is Trick going to want to hand over all
I'm
of the
going
gold?
to assume this. I'm going to allow this, but
I missed something. When Sean says I'm going to allow this, that means Zach missed something.
I was just me saying that. But yeah. The nobles eventually all greet you. Their names seem to fly by very quickly. And so, many of them are not coming to the banquet as there are other duties that they must attend. But there are, basically, from what you can tell from their various short greetings and congratulations and various other well wishes, from what you can tell, the basically 8 great sort of families of the city will have representatives at this banquet. It's a very what's the word? It's a very high-profile event that has a very low invitation count.
Makes sense.
Good to know. And I'm glad Nyx packed her things because that means her dress is in that bag. Her one dress.
From there, the driver sort of shows you off through a series of corridors within the palace before leading you to a small sort of wing that has several rooms. And he says, "Your things will have been delivered here, and in the meantime, you technically have free reign of the palace."
I immediately stare Tarek down into the ground. I crater him with my vision.
He said free reign!
He said technically.
He said free reign. I heard free reign, that's all I heard.
It's like
Okay.
Nyx just makes a comment. I don't think free reign means what you think it does.
Was there a market anywhere close to the castle? Like on our way
You
up?
passed by one about 5 minutes out from carriage, but
Okay, so what, like 15-minute walk then?
Yeah.
How long do we have until?
in a few hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk down to the market. Anyone want to come with me?
I'll join in.
I will.
Sure.
If you see anything interesting, let me know.
Would we still be in range of communication?
It's only 15 minutes away, I guess.
I don't know how far do the earpieces go? I don't think
Not
we've ever
that
tested
far.
their range. Not that far. Okay.
Not that far.
Let's go exploring, Tarek.
She can take Dar with her.
Yeah,
Nyx is going to be
take Dar
taking
and
Dar
then
with
you
her,
can
so
send it
she takes a
back.
piece of. Yeah. I'll send it back with a piece of parchment if we find anything really interesting for Ledger.
Or if we're on fire.
Or if we run into trouble and we're all about to die, but
We'll just scream. It's okay.
Tarek and Trick are stressing how far this free reign goes.
You guys are like walking up to every guarded door and just going, "What's in there? What's in there? Can I go in there?" Just
Gotta
fucking with
find
fucking
out
palace
reporter.
guards.
The treasure hunt.
You guys-
Yeah.
You guys
From what you can tell, the palace guards are mainly equipped in a
Mainly
very
decorative.
silver-like armor, mostly full plate, and each of them are wielding glaives with shields.
I think we can take him.
but there's Nyx going. But why would we want to, especially before the party?
The voice of
I,
reason.
I put my hand on Nyx's shoulder and just goes, just don't bother, honey. We'll just walk away from that because that's a bad time.
Okay.
Last time they ended up in jail. It'll be okay.
Hmm.
And we go to the market.
And we're gonna take a brief break.
Yay!
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna go take a visit.
As we were coming back, as if everyone's here.
Present.
Are we still gone?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I've been here for like minutes.
All right.
Whole minutes.
We're all
You guys just tend to
Ah,
have
you're-
conversations that I know nothing about, so I stay silent.
Well, I was just because you weren't
Same.
here when we initially went to break, so.
I was.
She just didn't say it.
Anyway.
Everybody's so quiet. I'm fed up with this world. Anyway,
Dark.
That got me. I don't know.
the movie's fucking garbage. But yeah, you guys head to a the market doesn't seem like it's in full swing this day, but there's a few vendors and a few storefronts that seem to be open right now.
Any magical goods places open?
Not that you can find, actually.
Damn it!
Nothing you could afford. You're broke. So.
I'm not broke. You shut your goddamn mouth.
Yeah, isn't he sitting on like 20K?
Not
no,
if Eric picked his pockets.
not after Tarek didn't pick my pockets.
Quick question: does anyone have potions at all?
I think I'm dry.
I would have. Yeah, no, I'm dry.
I have like 7 of the basic ones.
Nyx would have been working on potions in her downtime, but I don't have a number.
I have 2 greater.
Is there an apothecary open?
An
At
alchemist.
the moment, no. Seems like a lot of stores are currently closed due to some holiday that you don't really know anything about.
Oh,
I ask one of the shopkeepers who's actually open is like, so what's going on? Why is everybody closed today?
The shopkeeper looks over to you for a moment and sort of notices that you are not an elf.
And then I'm kind of a big deal.
Looks over at the rest of your strange motley crew. He goes,
I still say that would have been a better
"I'm
name.
guessing that you're adventurers here, then?"
Guess actually. Of the queen herself. Does he like break out the fine china?
He just sort of looks over you people. He doesn't necessarily look like he believes you at the moment, but he just sort of
I don't
cocks
care.
an eyebrow and just sort of goes with it, and he says, "Well, the people are mostly out and about. There's a few festivals going on in other parts of the city. One of the many. I wasn't fully a resident here at the time when these were instilled. It was a couple of 100 years ago. However, mostly it's to celebrate the city's founding. You know the story behind that, don't you?
No. As a matter of fact, I don't.
We'd enjoy hearing.
It's said that this place was founded by a silver dragon, along with an elven maiden. One of the reasons that we call our leader the Silver is because there are legends that, well, there is draconic blood going through her veins.
Well,
And
that makes a lot of sense.
She's a dragon rider.
God damn it.
Nyx is just kind of like, that's really fascinating. I mean, how do we know the name of the founders at all?
No, this city was founded long before the festivals were instated.
Ah,
If you wouldn't mind my asking, where are the festivals being held? If they are presumably open to the public.
He looks at you for a moment, rolls his eyes. It's just like, if no, you're not buying anything. He pulls out a
What-
small map and points to what looks like 4 or 5 different open areas that are like more like parks.
What does he
Is
have
there-
in the? Sorry,
I was
go
going
ahead.
to ask too.
It's like a sort of a general.
yeah. Oh,
Actually, I could use a couple things.
And he points to these 4 or 5 different parks and he says, they're usually held in these areas. A few of the bars in those areas are especially into this celebration. There's usually a much larger one starting tomorrow, but people usually take this day off as well for the sort of shorter, more personal celebrations of the city.
good to know.
Wonderful.
What does he have around the storefront? Like, what is his store thing?
I think most things that are not sold as weapons, and just sort of in the PHB.
Oh, okay,
Very much a sort of a general supply store.
gotcha.
Wait, he wouldn't be selling like potions or alchemical fire, I presume.
Right.
Okay. Would he by chance have a spyglass for sale?
He does not.
Damn it!
10,000 gold.
It's not far off.
Spyglasses are expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1K. Yeah, that's the big thing I was looking for. I can't think of anything else I need that I don't have in triplicate. Wait, hold on. Oil. Where's
Hoarder.
the
Hoarder.
oil? Bite me. Just plain bite me. Actually, does he have any oil for sale? Throwing oil?
What oil?
Oil. Oil in a flask, I should say.
He has 2 flasks,
I will buy those.
and he will sell them to you.
It's like 10 silver. So plus tax, that's...
Just give him a gold piece.
I give him a gold piece. I give him a gold and a silver.
All right. Well, you have whatever and 9 silver now.
I'm being nice. It's a new
You were
thing.
you were honoring his leader, the silver, by giving.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Sure. I thank him for his time, and I allow Coat to lead.
Us out of the marketplace because there's nothing here that I want.
Oh, if you wanted something interesting, a festival would probably be where you could find it. It's where
That's
the people
true.
are going to be.
However,
Well,
we
now
don't
that's
have.
where
However,
yeah.
we don't have time before our own party starts. But the one tomorrow we might be able to make.
yeah, maybe we could check that out instead then.
Then do we tour or do we retire?
I mean, I'm fine with going back.
Very well.
We can get ready for the celebration.
Let's do that.
Verily.
Calm down there, Thor.
Forsooth.
Well, yes, it's very Thor.
Another.
Thank you for asking. Slam!
Beat me to it.
Hey, my great uncle was named Thor.
Like your actual great uncle?
Yeah, I'm not sure how many greats, but yes.
Okay.
She's
I'm like
actually the
Nyx
incarnation
or
of Thor.
Roxanne. Like,
Yes, speaking in character, out of character. Sorry, wrong one. Damn it. But yes, I had a couple of uncles named Thor and Lars, respectively.
that's badass.
I guess we go back.
Yep, off we go.
You make your way back. Is anyone else doing anything at this time?
Ledger was kind of just checking out, like wandering the halls, admiring the place. If there are gardens, if there's a library, just kind of looking around.
You do find a few gardens that are sort of scattered about. Every now and then, you encounter a guard who appears to be wearing what looks like just sort of similar to the other guards. They're wearing sort of what seems like a very silver-like armor, but they have helms that cover their entire faces that it seems like they're shaped almost like stags. And they just sort of, every now and then they see you, they just they just stare at you for a moment and then just seem to ignore you.
Goddamn tourists.
I will say, though, on the way
I'm sorry,
back,
did a guard say that?
No.
I wasn't looking at Skype to see who was talking. I was writing. I was like, if that's a guard, Ledger's not letting that shit go. If that was like Zach, I'm gonna punch you.
That was Zach, yes.
That was Zach.
Okay, you wanted to make sure.
on the way back to the palace, though, if Nyx sees any kind of stable, she's going to get a little sidetracked.
We take the blinders from the stable and put them on Nyx.
It's like, keep pacing forward.
Keep on swimming.
I feel like I'm leading my daughter down the street, like down the shopping aisle at Walmart, just like holding her hand. It's like, no, you come on, no, we can't get that today. No, maybe if you're good.
Mhm.
Do Trick and Tarek get into any trouble? Or is free reign really free reign?
What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to open up every single door to see.
Uh,
Maybe
not-
we shouldn't have left them alone.
I'm not bailing them out of jail.
I just wanted to be not near them.
We're touring the place, the whole place. We have free reign. Hello.
You're quickly thrown back by several guards. The moment you're in a place you're not supposed to, they just sort of grab Tarek by the scruff of his neck and just cautiously lead Trick back to your rooms, and they're just like, "Please stay here." And they shut the door behind you.
He didn't say how long to stay.
Oh, come on. He was
I
being
imagine-
polite.
I imagine the guard posted outside your door has differing opinions on length of duration.
So this free reign thing is only... It's not totally free reign, huh? How much we gotta pay for more rain, huh?
You're very promptly ignored.
Yeah.
By
Now we're
everyone.
prisoners.
I mean, you're still a guest. You're just a jackass. There's a difference. you basically
Free reign.
walked over to someone's house and then walked into their bed, like they walked into their bedroom.
It's like saying you tu casa es mi casa and then not letting them go in your own bedroom. Just trying to go.
Listen,
Yeah,
I share this house with several people. I promise you, they're not all welcome in every space in the house.
Just want to use a good bathroom.
Anyway,
So did you guys make it back yet? Or are you guys?
I imagine.
Yeah, I imagine we made it back, probably to our rooms, getting ready for the party.
Yep.
I break into my my custom tailored piece with the half cape.
so you're not gonna wear
Here.
armor?
No, I'm not gonna wear.
There, I'll join him.
Tarek puts a vest over his armor.
You're like the guy who shows up to the wedding with the tuxedo T-shirt.
Nyx puts on her nice outfit, which she's extremely glad she has now. And not that she wasn't glad she had it before, but
The one I got you a bargain on, right?
yes, exactly.
I have that, and I also have a military dress uniform, and I have no idea which to wear.
Which one is best to get free loot in?
Which one? I don't know. Do you?
Okay, hold on. Show me the shoes. That's what makes the outfit. Show me the
Actually, that's a good point. She doesn't have shoes for the military outfit. It's usually just polished boots. Dress it is.
Yep, dresses all around.
The wizard, saving days and fashion faux pas.
One prestidigitation at a time.
Thank you for reminding me. I prestidigitation Tarek.
Thank you. Everyone thanks you.
I immediately roll in the dirt.
I was
There's
assuming
no dirt in Silverfall.
getting ready would be taking showers, baths, whatever, before getting dressed up in finery.
Getting ready for Tarek is putting on a dark hood, some sneaky boots.
I presume we did most of that at our castle.
In the
where we're
tuxedo
comfortable.
T-shirt.
We just
And a
changed
tuxedo
here.
t-shirt, yeah.
Right.
Tuxedo t-shirt.
Whatever.
So just in case he gets caught stealing, he can just be like, nope, just another party goer, you know.
We get ready for the party.
Ready for the party, I see.
I like to imagine I have like a silver and blue suit with like the symbol of Bahamut emblazoned on the back.
Like a rock and roll tuxedo jacket. Just bedazzled.
Not bedazzled.
It's more like an ESPN like blue blazer.
Anyone want to put their armor in the bag of holding?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll throw mine in there.
I'll throw mine at mine.
I never take mine off.
Nyx doesn't really bother. It's like she knows that she's going to change into an animal before she goes and tries and gets her armor out of the bag of holding anyway.
I also put my longsword in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, we have weapons too.
Oh, I'm wearing mine on my belt. Is it
Yeah,
customary to wear weaponry, adornment
No.
weaponry? Sean?
Probably not for a party like this.
We don't know.
Well,
We
my
don't know the-
skirt would bunch up, so
We
mine.
don't-
Sean,
Damn it, Amanda.
do we have an answer to that?
What?
Would wearing our weaponry to this banquet as display pieces, I guess, would that offend people? Is that against local custom?
Would it cause any diplomatic problems?
I'll ask one of the
doesn't-
guards outside.
The guards appear to say that usually the guests are not armed.
Okay, but there's no hard rule.
Trick just sit next to me in case.
I just
Quick, everyone just huddle around Trickery.
I put my axe and hammer in the bag of holding.
I'll put away my blades. Blade.
If I need to divine smite something, I'll just punch it. It'll be fine.
Well, your strength's what, a +3 or +4? You could
Plus
do at
4.
least, yeah, you could do at least 5 damage plus smite.
Yeah.
A lot. All right, yeah, I won't wear my sword then. Be courteous to the local customs of the land.
Tarek doesn't like customs. He just has his
So-
rapiers on his back.
So party time then.
Yep. Eventually, you guys are sort of led out by several guards to a. Share me.
I mean, it wasn't just at you. I saw it.
All right then. Anyway.
Boy.
There we go. Whew. All right. You guys are all led out. And eventually you make it to a massive banquet hall. It's mostly a lot of open space. Seems like there are usually enough space for like a colossal amount of people. But for now, there appear to only be 10 outside of the guards within the room.
Fashionably early.
I begin to schmooze.
The various people begin to stand up from their little places at the table and move to greet you as you approach. You can see one older elf who appears to have some sort of monocle on, sort of big walrusy mustache. And he goes up to you and goes, "Well, so you must be the adventuring party."
I cringe a
You
little
must
at
be
this
the
side.
Monopoly guy.
That was in character, wasn't it?
God damn it.
It's like, we are indeed the adventuring party Little Disharmony.
Welcome to a wonderful kingdom. I do believe that Silver has quite a debt to you people.
You can say that.
One debt that she hasn't paid yet.
Oh, ooh.
She
I
has been, well,
smacked
she has
Tarek
been
up
very
like-
patient in waiting for us to arrive.
Yes, that. Not whatever Josh was saying.
I slightly smacked Tarek behind the head.
Gib
Dope
slap.
I think of Uncle Phil and Will just or the Gib slap.
It's the same slap. It's the Gib slap.
Well, the Gib slap is kind of more of a paff, whereas the the Uncle Phil slap is like actual hand contact.
The Gib slap is a hand contact thing. He would smack Tony in the back of the head once an episode.
Yeah, but it was more of a lighthearted tap, whereas
Well, assault is a thing.
yeah, well, I was like
Okay.
Uncle Phil beat the shit out of Will.
Dark topic, move on.
What was a punk? All right. So
it is
James
correctly
used-
called a dope slap.
A dope. You looked it up.
No, it's something I already know.
Okay.
It's basically just like you whap someone on the back of the head for being an idiot.
Yeah.
Also called a Gib slap, Gerber slap, brain duster, or head smack the idiot.
I like
Brain
brain
duster.
I like that one.
A great name for a smack, and probably a great name for a shot.
Has this guy given us his name yet?
Nope.
Yeah.
Monopoly guy.
Excuse me. My name is Arnim Warstoff.
You're gonna want to type that into chat, Sean.
Oh, don't worry, I've got names.
It's like Nyx grins proudly, goes, I'm Nyx Nightwalker.
It's a pleasure to meet you. All of you.
Give our salutations and introductions.
I am Coat Varladin's son. It was a pleasure to meet you, sir.
What's your last name?
I don't have one.
Oh. I thought you just said a really long last name. I was like, what?
Here, I'll type it out for you.
It is son of a particular individual. Namely, Omama.
Troopers don't have last names. Traveling troopers.
Tell that to Giddy.
Yeah.
Troopers don't have last names.
Giddy's a trooper.
But yes.
God bless her heart, she's such a trooper. Wrong kind of trooper.
The sort of mustachioed elf is soon sort of slightly pushed aside by a more severe-looking one. He gives you a eye and just sort of runs his hand through his slicked black gray hair and says, "The lady has informed us of these grand tales that you've given us. I must say, there's a small part of me that, were it not Silver's own mouth saying them, I would think they were mere flights of fancy."
I look at him and say, well, honestly, like, that's some pretty fanciful things to be making up.
I know. It's one of the reasons why I haven't argued to have Our Lady committed in any way. It wouldn't be the first time that the Silver has gone mad. After all, when you have a position for several thousand years, inevitably some of them are a little off their rocker.
That's hilarious.
I have to admit, this latest incident had a rather enormous amount of witnesses.
So
Well.
I've heard.
Well, surviving witnesses, not so many, but
Well, everyone in the city of Crossway got a glimpse of something, even if it was just that dome of otherness.
the dome of crazy.
It is understandable that you would doubt us, however.
Don't take his side.
I mean, think
Same
about
team,
it.
asshole.
Would you believe that a big black orb in... I just went accent for some reason.
It's like, yeah, and I know, I interrupt him and I
still
go,
wouldn't-
yes, we teleported here.
I smell what Artax has been drinking.
I'm willing to believe a lot of things.
I don't know.
It's like, granted, our threshold of strange happenings seems to be a bit higher than the
Let's see,
normal
yeah,
population.
Our bullshit fresh.
Well, nowadays, yeah.
Okay, is it, our voices still cutting off?
No?
I don't know.
No, it seems like there was just a brief moment of whoop. Everyone's quiet.
Because no one wants to continue.
Did
The severe-looking man nods for a moment and says, I am Barlet Daring. I usually assist the Queen in various foreign matters. You can see why I'm a little hesitant about you.
Damn it, he's the
But you seem a good sort. Strong. With a good sense for looks at Tarek for a brief moment. Mostly good sense to keep yourself formal.
Hey,
He's young.
God damn it.
Mix kind of gives a small sigh. Yes, we apologize for any offense that some members have given.
Apologies are unnecessary here. You are guests. You haven't truly done anything wrong yet.
did you look at me again?
He hasn't.
Artax sure did.
Yet.
Or textured it, motherfucker.
He sort of steps up to the side, and there is a man who appears to have a few. He is sort of a younger elf with short brown hair, as he sort of pushes up a pair of spectacles and checks a small pocket watch. Looks at you all and says, My name's Tekka Lonfair. I am a technologist for the Queen, for the Silver.
An artist in
I'm,
the School of Engineering?
It's just recently started to kick up, really.
Good man. Not much appreciated.
Indeed,
for the
we've
trip.
started with the help of the dwarves of Krogmaral. We're starting to build a few particular items.
Oh?
I'll have
I-
to show you sometime within the next few days, depending upon how long you're staying. The Queen, I know, wishes to discuss some foreign events that are occurring, especially with the hegemony, I believe is what they're called. Strange folk with their god king.
Should we
Agreed.
have a free time, I'd be more than happy to take a look at these. I am a student
Appreciate it.
of engineering myself. No, student.
Well, you look like a feat of engineering yourself, if you don't mind me saying. But-
Is he coming on to him?
Doesn't appear to be. Simply
Weirdest
an
pickup line
engineer.
So,
ever.
okay, no, I'm not gonna roll insight, no matter how funny it is.
Or the best pickup line ever?
No, moving on.
There is a pair of young ladies who appear to have strange arcane tattoos on their what is exposed upon them. Both of them move up to you with a slight bow before one says, "We are the Queen's primary arcanists.
Hmm.
I am Annis Gervine." And she looks over to the quieter of her pair, sort of a green-haired elf who seems to have, or seems like a few of her tattoos are even like emit a soft glow. And says, "This is Namie Partha. We will be delighted to assist you in any matters that you need here."
Fantastic.
She gives a nod and says, "Come along, Namie." She, who nods in return, and both seem to sort of head back to the table. A few people at the table didn't sort of come up to greet you, but they just sort of stood up and waited for you to approach.
All
We're
right,
making rounds, so.
So we meander over to the table then.
So we head over.
One of the a sort of like an usher or a servant moves up to you and says, "If you don't mind, we have split you all up so that you may discuss things with the other guests as you will." And they sort of like seats each of you, and each of you seems to be sort of with mostly sort of seated on with an elf sort of between you.
Right.
Just you're all split apart among the table.
I immediately take
Okay.
note of where Trick is at the table in relation to me.
Nyx takes note of the elf she has been seated with.
You have been seated with a sort of a grizzled elf who has a few scars, who introduces himself as Din Arga, one of the queen's generals.
So many names, so many names.
Okay.
Someone's taking notes, right? Please.
Yep.
Nyx kind of immediately tries to lure him into a conversation about what battles he's been, that sort of thing.
I immediately get him to try to divulge state secrets.
No, mostly
Immediately.
No, like war stories.
she's trying to gear him towards battling beasts and that sort of thing. She wants to hear what kind of creatures he's fought.
Why not just ask what kind of creatures have you fought?
She's
Trying to
trying.
be a little more subtle about it.
Converse- She's trying to be
Okay, that's fine.
conversational. They're at.
Oh, that's fine.
Yes.
I think he's handling it quite well.
Get a girl.
All right. I was like, how many have I gone through already? 6. Okay.
Sweet, I got confetti candy.
Who am I seated next to?
You are seated next to, on one side is Namie, who has sort of gives you a small smile and a nod. She doesn't appear to talk all that much.
She's the quiet one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's
okay.
the quiet one. Whereas on the other side of you is sort of another military man, dark hair, seems to be very what's the word?
Reserved?
Reserved is not the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for posture.
looking-
He's sort of very straight, very
Straight-laced?
straight-laced, and I wouldn't say
Oh.
straight-laced, but he sort of like holds himself high.
He's
Kind of.
he's sitting with military posture. That's all.
He's just very I wouldn't say stiff, but
He's sitting at parade rest is what he's doing.
Maybe like
Pretty much.
stately.
not what I'm still not.
He's gonna find the word on like Wednesday and post it in the chat with no context.
Yeah.
I got you, Sean. I know. I've had to sit like that before. I got you.
Yeah, when you sit in a corset, you're automatically sitting like that. I got you, fam.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's where my experience comes from too.
The mental picture. Oh,
I was
God.
saying, and now you don't have enough mental floss to get that out of your head.
Josh, help!
There are men's corsets, you know.
Well, they were originally made for men, but that doesn't mean I want to picture Zach in one specifically. Like, no offense, Ralph, but armpit
Oh,
hair.
none taken. None taken. I'm just.
But the
I'm just
man
worried for
does
really good-
manage to actually talk to you for a moment. He introduces himself as Kuran Mar.
Okay.
He was invited to this particular dinner due to a few actions he made against certain orcish tribes nearby.
Hmm.
So he's more of a sort of a military hero kind of thing.
We almost fought orcs once.
Just cocks an eye at you. It's like, almost.
Well, I mean, they were dead when we got there, and then they were reanimated. So, there's that happened.
Lots
Oh,
of
very interesting.
There were a lot
Some could say an incursion.
of.
Damn.
God damn it, Vlad.
Who is Ledger seated next to?
I think that
Ledger,
was-
you are seated next to Mr. Walstoff and Annis. By the way, I'm not going to be able to tell you who everyone is seated next to because I'm trying to keep this all straight in my head, and it's not.
Damn it. I was about to ask.
That's fine.
Oh, so who am I?
I'm writing it down if you need.
I know, but I'm gonna say something, and it's just gonna be like none of this makes sense.
Okay.
Well, you see,
I
the
just wanted
table
to
is
know if
actually
we
not a circle.
That was my way of having to introduce everybody else if there were more.
Yeah, there is one more who is currently seated next to Trick. It is a sort of a I don't know. She seems like she's more reserved and less sort of flighty. That while Namie sort of is sort of quiet but is sort of enjoying the new company, and Anis is a little bit haughty and vain. You can see there is another woman there who is quiet but sort of is very reserved. And she actually does not give her name.
Reminds me
Like,
of Selenia.
Like, won't give her name?
Yeah, like as in she will not respond if someone engages her.
Oh.
I guess Fred's on her. No.
Please.
Please don't.
No.
Please don't
I
bewitch.
don't even have that spell. Alright. I guess we all just sort of like start small talk. Hear what the nobles are speaking of. Rumors.
The queen's not in the room yet, is she?
Probably not. We probably would have all stood for that.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
feeling. All right.
Commence the chit-chatting.
Yep.
You aren't chit-chatting for very long before one of the doors opens on one side, and you can hear an announcer say, "And now enters the Silver Amaravel, Queen of Silverfall, along with the Lord of Stags."
Ah.
Coat rises respectfully.
Yeah, Ledger gets...
Everyone at
They
the
all do.
table
all
rises
rise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
as Amara comes down with in a brilliant silver gown, led by a figure in full plate armor with a helm of, while the other sort of guards, strange guards that Ledger saw around there sort of had a just sort of like a stag-like helmet, his actually has like full-blown like 10-point antlers on. They're a little smaller just to sort of not get in the way of everything, but
He has a literal
Very
deer on
much-
his head.
what?
I said he has a literal deer on his head.
Just the whole thing.
Just carrying it around.
But she walks in, gives a greeting to everyone, sort of sees each of you, and thanks all of you for your time in coming.
It was our pleasure, milady. And he Coat bows.
Nix gives a.
small nod. And
I was
Goddamn
going to say
small
Nix
knot.
gives a curtsy. Sorry.
But yeah, she sort of moves along and eventually moves to the head of the table where she sits down, and everyone else also sits down. She says, "It's a pleasure to have all of you here. I expect tomorrow will be a much more raucous day, as the ceremony, as the festival for Silver Falls Foundation will be in full swing then, along with celebrating your arrival as well." And there's a few sort of claps, and Walstorff gives a small like, "Here, here."
Does he have a cane and a top hat?
He does have a cane, but he doesn't have a top hat. As I said, he does have a monocle though.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She gives a nod to each of you, and eventually servants come out and begins like serving drinks and various small things as conversations begin going. Namara looks to you and says, sort of addressing most of you as a party, but like the elves are basically just like trying to have some sort of small chit chat amongst each other. "I'm very pleased that you accepted my invitation in time. It was a fairly easy task to get all of these together," and there's a small chuckle from everyone.
Coat chuckles nervously as well, like he gets the joke.
Yeah, and Nyx just kind of tilts her head to the side a bit and is like, well, we had no idea you were already kind of planning a celebration, so I assume adding just a bit more into it must not have been as much trouble as I thought it would be.
Yes, well, this is just so happens to be around the right time, but more than likely, it'll be nice to have you all around for such a wonderful little occasion.
We are honored to be your guest for it.
She nods. Says, I did wish to talk to you about a few things nearby. Especially going further to the east. How much do you know of the hegemony of the rock?
Not
Enough.
much. Not a
Enough
whole
to
lot.
be extremely worried about their existence.
I'll back that up.
They were
Wants to
allies
do
to
things to our
us.
warlock.
They were allies to us in a siege. But other than that, we don't know much.
Yes, well, that's pretty much what most people think. Their actions are simultaneously interesting and worrying. You can hear Barlet sort of scoff.
Scoff like he doesn't like
I-
them, or scoff
I-
like he doesn't like what she said.
I scoff as
More
well.
like is just like more worrying than interesting on his end.
Okay. I know what side he was on.
There we go. The Silver gives a small smile and says, I've actually recently had communications with the supposed God King. Surprisingly eloquent individual. I hesitate to call him man, but at the same time, he speaks with a humanity that I did not expect. After all, if anyone declares themselves a god, it's usually a sign of megalomania. Yet he is very humble, despite this. What do you know of Uruk?
Very little that is concrete.
I imagine most of your interactions with them have to do with the people they sent for the tournament.
You would not be incorrect.
Yes. Unlike you, I spent actually a decent amount of time talking with Gilgamesh. If only he were just like his father. However, he's vain and crude.
Yes, we have had one run-in with Gilgamesh. 2 run-ins? 1 run-in. Was it?
I don't remember.
Was he the champion for the tournament? I don't remember. No, it wasn't.
No, he didn't. He wasn't.
Okay, so then just one. Yeah, just one time.
No, it was just like at the party. It was like at the party and at the war. That's all we saw him for.
Yeah.
Yes, well, Gilgamesh is certainly Prince. One who, while understanding his duties, still has yet to grow out of the notion that everything is his. Thankfully, I've yet to lose any maids to him, which is a blessing.
Yeah, we've had some experience with that ourselves.
Based off of his proclivities, I imagine he propositioned your tiefling friend.
We really need to discuss this over dinner.
Oh. Oh, please. It's simple gossip. Merely involving certain world leaders' children. There's a small chuckle from the elves.
so this is Elven High Court. This is Elven High Court. Like,
Oh God.
gossip over dinner.
Throwing shade at him.
That's a lot of shade, man. Damn.
I don't
Despite
think it's gossip if it's confirmed.
Yeah, true.
Amara sort of looks around, drinks some of the wine, says, however, on the one hand, the hegemony is bringing order to a region that has long been chaotic due to the fact that there are even more kingdoms in the east than there were, quite frankly, in the Kerala alliance. And all of them hated each other.
Interesting.
Under the hegemony's leadership, they're actually doing something with themselves, which, quite frankly, they can't help but admire in some way. But there are rumors that the hegemony takes what it wants from those who will not bow, which would not surprise me. You have a fanatical army devoted to a king who has declared himself a god.
Troubling indeed.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So if he's declared himself a god, does that mean this god killer weapon that he's been so worried about, or that he mailed us about earlier, is just like a knife or like a dagger or something like that?
Actually,
it's
I
just
know
a-
about what he's talking about.
Oh.
There were legends of it long ago, and recently
Puppy.
I had sent a friend to investigate. The weapon is a great sword. From what it was described to me, it was an ugly piece. But its power cannot be ignored, along with the person who wields it.
Who currently wields it?
A warlord named Arian Kriel.
That name sounds really familiar all of a sudden.
I've never heard
It was
it.
in
No, I've
one
never
of the
heard it.
letters. It was in one of the letters.
Oh.
Oh.
Please.
Yeah, like
Banana.
What does this sword look like? Do you know?
It's hard to describe. It looks almost like it was made of scales, but scales of metal.
Do you know what color?
It's black. Not an unearthly black, mind you, just sort of a dulled gray. When it surges with power, however, it becomes almost violet in color.
interesting.
Indeed.
If this is new information, I presume he has not had this weapon for very long.
Well, he's had it for as long as, well, he's been a public figure, so to speak. The moment he appeared to start harassing the hegemony's borders, he had that weapon in his hands.
Ah. Fascinating. And he alone could threaten their borders? Or he is a warlord. Of course he packs Yoshis.
Sorry about that. That was my phone.
It's like, of course he punches Yoshi. So what else would he do?
He has a very loyal following. Especially since the hegemony has not exactly endeared itself to the countries that it has, to the kingdoms that it has conquered.
I can't find his name in my notes, but I know I've heard it before.
It's in the letters, the stuff that he sent us.
No, I realize that, but I didn't write down what all the letters said.
It's in Skype.
I'm using old notes, guys, okay?
Well, troubling to say the least.
Rumor has it that the blade itself was used to break God back in the old days, long before even the great creature who attacked us existed. Or at least it revealed itself.
Okay, that's 2 notes there. As soon as she says breaks God, I look at the rest of my party. And then I hear big creature, and I immediately go, creature.
The hell?
Yeah, Nyx kind of echoes that note. I'm not hearing anyone at the moment.
Yo.
No, we're
Oh,
here.
there we go.
Okay. Sorry, I saw the blue flashing, meaning people were supposed to be talking, and then I couldn't hear anyone talking, so I thought things were broken.
Well, it seems to be fine. I'm just like, I asked about the...
Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, whoa.
That was a lot longer than
Okay.
it's there at the end.
Alright, so...
Wow. Alright.
I ask her again, creature?
That thing that grabbed the arena.
Ah.
In talking with a few of my contacts, especially one that you may know, I know exactly what that is. Shared it with the people around here. But there's little else at the moment.
Much to think on.
And suddenly a food fight breaks out.
No.
Oh,
I'm just
hell no.
kidding.
Down, doggy.
Roll initiative. I throw the first. I throw a potato.
You can't, you don't have them.
I have 4.
I imagine there's potatoes on the dinner table.
Do elves eat potatoes, though? Seems too starchy for them.
Oh my god.
Okay, that was racist.
No, it wasn't. How was that racist?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to
What? No, elves don't eat potatoes because they're too starchy? Yeah, no, that's pretty racist.
No, I'm not talking about the elf. What? I'm talking about the potatoes. Elves are known to be skinny. Like, I don't know. It just seems like potatoes wouldn't be the thing.
Oh, now all elves are skinny, huh?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they
they
are.
have to keep up that appearance because of people like you.
Oh, bullshit.
That's called peer pressure. Alright.
Elves should grow a pair and maybe they won't be peer pressured.
The table is just full of lembas spread.
No, it's full
Of course it
marbles.
is.
After things quiet down a little bit more and small talk once again resumes, there is an actual meal that is served.
Ooh, delicious.
And drinks,
Listen.
right?
What?
I said and drinks, right?
Drinks were being served from the beginning.
Yeah.
Fine elven stuff.
Fine elven get fucked drunk.
Mm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
So
It's
what's
like
on the
because I was about to say
presume-
because we are eating and doing a little less conversing.
Tonight we dine.
at Sabaro's? So what did they feed us, Sean?
Food.
Food.
You dick.
Finally, all we've had is rations.
Wow, Sean, you know that's my favorite.
Actually, really funny because every time that she comes over, I'm just like, all right, what are you in the mood for? She's like, food. Like, thanks. So helpful.
Exactly.
I thought you meant the dick.
Sorry, no, it was the food comment.
Don't you
That- that
apologize
was-
to him for being a pervert. He's a pervert.
I wasn't
It
even
was-
paying attention
was
to
like-
what anyone else was saying for a moment there.
It was the chronology of the statement. That's all.
Oh my god.
I zoned out for a few seconds and I feel so lost.
It's fine.
No,
we don't- we don't-
I
I'll tell you when you get older.
Whatever, dude.
No.
That was fucking hilarious.
Excuse me for being stuck on this weapon, but were there any other details about it? Anything specific other than the scales and the gray color?
It is a powerful weapon, I can assure you. Managed to take down a full adult silver dragon.
Oh,
That's a pretty impressive.
And not to mention, I would imagine not a good omen.
where
Yes.
did this silver dragon originate from? The area
I
around
informed
Uruk?
you that I had sent a friend.
Ah,
Oh no.
and that was the social landmine that Artax just stepped on. We're very sorry for your loss, milady.
More sorry for his brother, who is very interested in getting back at him.
Hmm.
However, it's very dangerous to upset Arian Kriel at this point. Though he has fewer numbers than the hegemony of Uruk, it seems like Marduk is actually worried about him. I can
Well,
understand
sometimes it's not always
why.
Sometimes it's not always about victory, milady. Sometimes it's about the cost of victory. And what that weakens you to in the future.
Especially
Stretching
given
the
what we
table.
all encountered.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, I would be, while Marduk wishes Kriel dead and that weapon gone, I am more willing to look past certain discrepancies,
Hmm.
certain poor matters of communication,
Wow, that's delicately put.
and try to get him on our side.
Hmm.
Kriel, from what we know, is charismatic. He is intelligent.
Do you feel like the hegemony would go for that?
I feel the hegemony wants what is its best interests over anyone else's.
Wait, I'm sorry. I think I lost it in the pronouns. She wants to befriend Kriel.
Possibly.
no, I think she wants to befriend Uruk, right?
No, she was talking.
Maybe I got lost in pronouns too.
No,
She was talking about
the-
she was talking about the warlord,
Ah, okay.
which is why I asked what the hegemony would feel about that. It's basically enemy of my enemy kind of deal. The enemy of my enemy is oftentimes my enemy as well.
I would say he would make a powerful ally and a dangerous enemy.
Nevertheless, without a proper meeting with this Arian Kriel character, there's no way to ascertain his intentions at this time.
And due to how seemingly paranoid he is, having a meeting with him is just as likely to get you killed.
So it appears.
Indeed. Then again, there are several dragons that are loyal to Marduk as well. it's very possible that a mix-up occurred, that assumptions were made that simply proved deadly.
Goodness.
So your letter mentioned gifts, as Coat so swiftly tries to, so definitely tries to change the subject away from her friend being murdered.
I
Again.
fruitlessly tried to drink myself into a coma.
Tarek, but eyes rise up after, from his food. Gifts.
Okay.
Gifts. Reward.
Actually, Nyx would like to ask about the celebration tomorrow.
That is when you will be getting your reward, as there will be a large ceremony held, both in the honor of Silverfall and yours.
Oh, I like large gatherings of whatnot.
Yeah, the
It
last
is
one.
during this time that we will grant you your gift in front of the people.
So we're done here then. We're gonna go to bed.
Oh, that's savage. That's that's the kind of shit where the DM goes take 5 damage.
Why are we doing an insight check?
I was trying to read what she meant by give you your gift in front of the people. Like,
Oh,
So-
I was being-
execute us.
So basically, it's Christmas and you're trying to shake the box.
no,
Yeah.
it's basically
He was making sure we weren't gonna get publicly hanged.
when a vampire asks you to join him for dinner, you always have to check.
Make sure you're not dinner.
Vampire.
They are vampires.
I'm
Yeah, but it
using a
was an
metaphor.
analogy.
God, it was a comparison.
It was a bad analogy. That's all.
Yeah.
Don't stress too much about it. Get down off.
Am I dinner or I'm in there for? Inside.
Get down off
How
my.
to cook humans. No, it's how to cook 40 humans. No, it's how to cook for 40 humans.
Ironically, they're all written by Gordon Ramsay.
Your people taste like shit, and you should feel bad about it. Ah, damn, he thought that was funny, huh? Thanks, Sweet Pea. Go on, get out of here.
Thank you. Now leave.
Thank you for laughing at my joke. Now go.
Because we need a bard with a laugh track.
Yep.
I got a studio audience.
I must say, it is truly an honor to share a day in which you honor Silverfall to also be honored. And I think I speak for all of us when I say,
Honor again.
nah, I don't know what I was going to say. I lost it. God damn it. I'm so
We are-
tired.
My
Yeah,
honor is
I'm so
honorably
tired.
honored.
We are very appreciative of the invitation, and we are glad we could make it.
Did anybody else picture Prince Zuko going on about his honor?
Humble.
No, I went to
Humble.
that
I
episode
found
of
the word.
Firefly where she's looking at the request videos, and this one kid keeps saying, "You would flatter my honor" over and over.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
I was going to say, when we speak for all, I can speak for all as that we are humbled by this offer. There we go. I found the words.
There we
go.
I think we.
You
I
did
think
it.
we
I'm
should
proud
cut-
of you.
I think we should cut Flat off. Or
Dude,
cut
I'm
Artex off. No more.
I think
no
he's
more
had a bit too
drinking.
much to drink.
Yeah.
How did
And
you
what's
get
better
drunk
for
on
what?
buttermilk? I don't understand this.
You don't know me, Arcanos.
Dragonborn
No,
This
plus
is not
buttermilk
canon.
equals
Fuck off.
Bostonian?
No, that was like Jersey.
I'm from New Jersey.
Trick.
Make
Make a
us see.
Constitution saving throw.
No!
Fuck!
I was kidding!
Constitution.
Oh god.
What just
My
happened?
bad. Why?
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
I'm not
Why?
long for this world.
Did she just get poisoned or something?
Or her brain?
Possibly.
Or would
No.
that be a wisdom saving throw?
That'd
She's
be-
being
that would be a
mindful.
Con
wisdom,
is
yeah.
body
No.
and poison.
It seems like Amara pulls up her wine glass and says, "Now a toast to our heroes." And Trick, you sort of lift your glass up, and for a moment you see your vision begin to waver for a second before everything goes black.
Oh, not
I don't
good.
feel so good.
Who roofied our warlock?
Immediate action, I go to see what's going on.
Well, you don't know what's going on.
Oh.
What do we see?
Well,
Yeah.
you just see that all of a sudden it just seems like. Well, I mean, Trick hasn't really seemed to have done anything. It's just all of a sudden she can't see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she didn't pass out. She's just black. She's just blind.
Let's see how Trick reacts because we don't know. So whatever.
Yeah.
And then the lights go out.
Oh god.
Ah, damn it! They took away my devil's sight.
Wait a minute. Some of us do have dark vision.
Yeah, but you need a bit of light in order to see in the dark, don't you, or something?
No.
Or-
Dark vision is straight
Who
up.
does
Oh,
have dark
okay.
vision?
Dark vision allows you to see in black and white. That's what it does. Like,
Wait.
there's a lot of like, oh, you need low light. No, they got rid of that. It's dark vision. You see black
Guys?
and white grayscale.
Guys,
Hey.
I can't see.
Who does have dark vision?
Not me.
Well, I had devil's sight, but now apparently you blinded me.
Ledger,
I am but a halfling.
Ledger, Nyx, and I think that's it.
Wait, is Ledger still attuned to the dark vision ring?
She
I'm
doesn't
not
have dark-
wearing any other rings.
Okay.
All right. So what did the three of us see?
Seems like blackness. Everyone else is just like, what is like? Wallshop is just like, what is the meaning of this?
Coke,
All
Coke
right, I'm
casts dancing
immediately
lights
check-
and puts
Thank you.
one orb in each of the corners of the room. Or at the table. Each corner of the table. He puts one of the orbs of light.
It was
And I'm
candle
checking
and
the
torchlight,
perimeter
right?
of the room to see if anybody's trying to come in.
And the moment I see light, I go towards Trick. I don't know if I'll make
Nice.
it, but I go towards Trick.
It was candle and torchlight in the room, right?
I don't know. Probably.
We don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
was
we got
pretty
a
much like
description on what
candlelight.
Oh.
Okay, then I'm just firing off prestidigitation as fast as I can, reigniting every source of light I can.
We already got
Prestidigitation.
dancing lights going, so it's okay.
Yeah,
All right.
rogues only need one shadow.
I was looking around the perimeter of the room to see if anything was moving, like into the room closer to people.
Is anyone gone?
Make a perception check.
All of us?
No,
All of you.
Wait,
I'm
Even the
focusing.
blind
I'm, no,
tiefling?
I'm
Except for the blind
focusing on
people.
Trick. The moment I get to Trick,
Which
Uh,
holy shit.
I actually,
Woo!
I have to
19.
ask,
wait,
where's
real quick,
Treat?
so Trick,
Performance?
is Trick saying I can't see? I can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The moment I get to Trick, I'm casting Lesser Restoration on her.
Where's Treat right now?
I probably didn't bring Treat with me to the party.
20 on perception.
25.
Holy shit.
19.
5.
I'm just gonna roll just to see if I hear anything.
I may have gotten a 1.
I may have gotten.
Nope. I don't notice anything.
No, you have disadvantage anyway.
Yep.
I'm focusing on
I
candle.
immediately-
You guys
dive-
do notice something shortly as other people begin to notice. As the dancing lights come up and people begin looking to each other, you notice that while most people have stood up, there are 3 people who haven't. One, Amara, who sort of seems to have been rooted into her chair by her bodyguard, the Lord of Stags, who just sort of is just like keeping a hand on her shoulder, just sort of like, you will not leave my
That's-
grip.
That's the
Good,
silver, right?
Good on him. Good on
Right.
him.
Okay. Good man. Good man.
The one who was not named she seemed to almost like freeze. Like as soon as there were no lights, and the moment the lights came on, she just resumed drinking for a moment.
Oh,
It's just like something's not right here. All right, we're good.
Did they take the wine? No, they didn't take the wine. Okay, good.
And
Where?
Namie, who is
And who-
currently face down on the table with a knife in the back of her neck.
That's the chick sitting next to me, right?
Right.
All right, we look.
Oh my
behind.
god, what the
Do we see anyone?
fuck?
There's no one else in the room but all of you.
Oh my god.
Why did you give him
Oh.
this idea with your one shot, Zach?
It's not my fault, I promise. Mine was a lot simpler than this is gonna be.
Okay. Do I get Lesser Restoration off on Trick?
You do.
Does
No,
it cure
she-
blindness?
He's like,
Let
I'll
me
allow it.
Hide.
It
Hold on,
won't
let me
help
see.
you. It won't help you, but I'll allow it.
The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. That's
But
what
she-
it says.
She has a knife in her back. Can we tell if she's
She has a knife in
dead
the
or-
back of her neck.
not
Yeah, no, she's super dead. Like,
super dead?
Unless you got
Can I
Revivify,
see what's
she's
going
down.
on now?
Let me look.
I
All right.
immediately hid under.
Uh, Sure. Your sight eventually does come back.
I cast detect magic on myself.
Well, what the hell, guys? There's a dead person here.
Yeah, we don't know. Give me the bag.
It's like I go blind for 5 seconds. God damn it!
I start handing out weapons and armor.
Guys, should I go see if I can track the scent?
Yes.
Go so.
I don't think we should be leaving each other's side right now.
I
Well,
don't.
no, stay at the table, but see if you can start one. Pick it up.
Okay, so she changes into a direwolf and see if she can pick up another scent on the dagger. So
Ooh, yeah, sweaty hands on knives. Yeah, no, that's good.
Unfortunately, this kingdom is renowned for
that's
its
pretty good.
invention of latex gloves.
Shut up. Same team, asshole.
or would that be investigation?
Be investigation.
Okay.
Is she 100% dead? Like,
Actually,
I walk up
that's-
to check.
No,
That's
if she's
more
smelling, it's
perception.
perception.
Yeah,
'cause that's
she's
the
using
wolf
her
thing.
senses. That's perception.
Sneaks.
Yeah, she is smelling, using smell check, basically.
Yeah, she's more Wolverine and less Batman.
At this point.
Mm-hmm.
Snicked.
Right,
With
currently.
less knee-breaking montage.
you bite
So we're
your mouth,
going-
you bite your tongue. That's necessary.
We're going with that one? Or
That's
should I
up to
make...
Sean, not
16's
us.
pretty good, right?
Well, he said investigation, so might as well.
No. Oh,
18.
yeah, that's pretty good.
From what you can tell, there are a variety of perfumes that are sort of on the blade itself. And you can smell sort of something that matches the scent of each and every elf at the table.
Okay, so is the dagger itself magic?
Dagger itself does not appear to be magic.
What about anything behind her?
There doesn't appear to be anything behind her.
No, I mean like just everything literally from her seat to the wall. Is there anything in that area that looks magic or out of place?
Nope.
There's no like shifty-eyed painting or like slats in the wall you could throw shit through.
Nope.
An invisible person.
How long were the lights out?
Probably less than 5 seconds.
Okay.
And
And
is
is
everyone
this-
else still accounted for?
Yep, everyone's still there.
She's dead, right? Like, even if I come over, like, I can't do anything about it. She's dead.
She is super
I'm
dead.
making sure.
She's-
Okay, yeah.
She's super dead. She's not
She's
mostly
1
dead.
point from
Next-
decapitated.
She's not mostly dead or all dead. She's super dead.
Okay. All right. Well, then I glance up at the ceilings. Anything up there?
It's like 100% for fucking real dead.
Oh wait, we don't have enough light for the ceilings, do we?
I don't know.
You
I can
light
move
up.
I can move an orb up there.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I can see.
That's true. Finally.
I can see in darkness.
I'm relighting every torch in the room. It's becoming
Okay.
Now that I
light in
can
here.
see.
Scratch that. I tell everyone else to look up at the ceiling.
Nyx looks up too.
Dogs can't look up though.
Direwolf scan.
Does anybody seem to be sweating at the table?
A lot of people are very uncomfortable. The only people who aren't sweating appears to be the Lord of Stags, who appears to simply just be concerned entirely with the silver safety,
Has
and
anyone
the
tried to
lady
make
who
a
is
move for the
drinking
door?
wine.
Has anyone tried to make a move for the door?
No one.
I'm very
Nyx-
suspicious
Okay.
of the lady that sat next to me.
I imagine there are a set of guards outside the door.
There are.
I walk over to the door, crack it. I say, "Go find your authorities, but nobody leaves this room."
Their authorities.
I point at you. I point at the guy on the right. You go get authorities. I point at the guy on the left. You make sure no one leaves this room. There's only one door out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And-
you make sure nobody leaves or enters this room.
Are there any other way to enter or
Nix
leave this
changes
room?
back and just goes, this.
I think we just lost
Emmy.
Nix's mic.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
There she
There
is.
you go.
okay,
Hi.
I'm back. All right. Nix changes back and just goes, this makes absolutely no sense. Everyone who is an elf in the room, all of your scents are on that knife.
Damn straight, it makes no sense. I want everyone having a hand on someone else. If they leave your grip, you yell.
It
Okay.
makes sense because she's
I'm
going-
serious. No, I'm serious. Everyone grab someone. Like, I'm dead serious right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hold hands with the military war veteran sitting next to me.
I didn't say hold hands. I said hand on someone, and I'm yelling this out to the room. Whether they listen to me or not doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah,
yelling it out. To the
mostly
room.
they don't,
Yeah. I
and
don't care.
they largely just start hurling accusations at one another.
I ignore
All
it
right, so-
completely, and I'm going to try and investigate the knife a little.
I walk over to the silver and I go, "Milady, who was that person who was just murdered?" Because she was quiet, right? We didn't really get a big introduction.
No, the quiet one's still there. Right?
Namie
The
was
quiet one is the dead one.
Namie
Yeah.
is the quiet elf with the green hair and the tattoos. The unnamed woman was the reserved, snooty one who just went back to drinking as soon as the light came back.
Okay.
So,
So
this,
she's
yeah,
not-
this is the quiet one of those two girls we met at the same time.
Okay.
Of the two Arcanis,
tattoos.
the
Yeah.
primary
Yeah,
Arcanis.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we tell if the knife was thrown or thrust?
That's what I was going to do. I was going to go, like, take a close look at it with my
Some-
magnifying glass.
Some CSI Baldur's Gate shit.
Basically.
CSI Crossway.
CSI Silverfall?
Mm-hmm.
Nix is just
You're
kind
right.
of
It's like the New Orleans branch.
Syndications everywhere. Let's go.
That's right.
And
Nix
sus.
is just kind of appalled at the chaos that she evidently unleashed.
I'm gonna do.
20? Ugh.
I want to do a medicine check and make sure that that's the dagger is the thing that actually killed her.
Ah.
With my 10.
I was about to say, how do you have advantage on that?
I don't. I just throw. I just.
She's
throw
holding really still.
It. Yeah, she is 100% super for real dead. And you are the best at figuring it out.
Arcanis, from what you can tell, it looks like that it's more likely that someone thrust it in rather than hurl it at her.
So, had to be someone close. But by the angle it was thrown in, could I determine what dominant hand they used?
No.
I don't understand how this happened with none of the people who could see in the blackness noticing. Like, if it was one of the elves at the table, we would have had to see them get up and thrust it in, unless they can cast Mage Hand.
Think about it like this. Well, Mage Hand actually can't generate enough force to puncture something.
Okay, so that's ruled out.
The other thing is, think about it like this: like when you turn the lights out, and your eyes take a second to adjust. That's how dark vision works. It doesn't just it's like a second filter that your eyes need to adjust to. It's not
Like
instantaneous.
stepping outside into snow. Oh,
I still don't
Yeah,
know
that
how
shit.
all those scents got on that same knife unless they all handled it at some point.
Taking a look at the knife, what does it look like? Is it like a...
Is it ornate or is it just a dagger?
It
Or is
is
it
a
a
slightly ornate knife.
Does it carry? Does it bear any crests on it?
It bears a crest of a silver dragon, which you know is a crest of Silverfall.
Right. Is it? I look over to the general sit next to me. I go, is that crest associated with any kind of families, or is that just like a royal crest, or what is it?
Is
You
it some
talking
kind of
the sort of the war hero next to you,
Yeah, the guy I've been holding hands with.
who immediately breaks away from you? He just like looks at the
Don't
knife a
ask,
little
don't
bit
tell.
more, gently sort of shifting some of the hair out of the way before he pales and just sort of steps back, goes, and immediately goes to his own like side. It's just like immediately like pulls up an empty scabbard and throws it at the table. He goes, "Someone took my knife."
Inside
Oh.
check!
oh great.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at the other people at the table rather than him when I do the insight check. I want to see if anyone's going to react to it differently.
Damn.
Nice.
I have a really stupid idea. That's never stopped me before.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
not
no.
to say that, but
Sean, is there
Yes?
parts on the knife that are smooth?
Like the blade or the
Like the
Are you
blade?
seriously?
How you would hold it? Because
Like
Are you trying to do a fingerprint check?
yes,
Do we even know about fingerprints? Like
I
in
don't-
this-
I mean, I'd imagine you know about it because you
there's
can
no
see 'em.
database for it,
Whistling
but it
cold.
couldn't.
Yeah.
hurt.
we would have no real way to.
We would have no way to
We
compare
would
it.
also
to
know the size of the hand that held it.
Plus, if someone managed to get all of their scents on it, don't you think they would be able to forge something like that?
They would.
Yeah, if this was a ceremonial dagger and they all held it for the same ceremony of some kind,
All right,
That's-
so
it's
that's not
it's
gonna
his
help us.
dagger.
I ask him, is like, all right, so why would everyone's scent be on your dagger?
Thank you.
I don't know. This is.
How often does your dagger come out of whatever display case it's sitting in?
I haven't removed the dagger from the sheath. Ever.
Oh, this is a strictly ceremonial piece.
Yes. I got this as a reward for my service, and now it's used for murder. And from what Nix you can tell, most everyone is still horrified by this. Bartlett seems to be much more composed about everything, seems to be trying to sort of work things through in his mind, just sort of staring at everyone. Arnim is just sort of being huffy and puffy and just sort of being like, this is intolerable.
This is
Holy shit, 20
preposterous.
on insight?
And the other Arcanus, Annis, seems to just be absolutely mortified and beside herself and is actively crying into her hands. Whereas the sort of grizzled general that you saw is very obviously just sort of looking at everyone and slowly backing away so that his back is not to anyone.
Ledger kind of awkwardly pats
Sean.
Alice on the back of the shoulder.
Sean, the Lord of Stags came in last, correct?
He came in with Amara, yes.
Okay. How did they come to the table, and did that pass the general?
It did.
Because it occurs
Well,
to me that this would have to be someone very swift and very good with a knife to do this. In
Not to
seconds.
mention they had magical help.
5
100%.
seconds. Yeah. All right. So I still have detect magic running. Is there anything in the room radiating magic?
The Lord of Stag's armor is magical.
Mhm.
You can tell the sword that he has at his side is as well.
Okay.
All right, Ledger's been patting Annis's shoulder, and she kind of like just awkwardly puts one arm around her shoulders and is kind of like holding her a little bit, and just goes, "Annis, I need you to calm down for a second, just a second, and try to think why someone would want to do this to her."
Well, at the moment, Annis is hysterical.
Okay,
She
fair
is
enough.
Completely just
Does
broken
anybody
down.
have control emotion?
Charisma
I-
dump stat, people. I can't roll this.
I activate counter charm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna attempt to disrupt any mind influencing effects in the room. So I want to. So
Fear
that
and
basically
charm.
just it just basically gives advantage to people to make saving throws against being frightened or charmed. So can I use that to see if anybody looks like they're fighting any kind of mind dominating effect?
What?
Does that make sense? Because like
I can use identify
to
On
do what?
to like see if people are under any spell effects,
She
right?
can.
That's what that thing does.
She can.
Doesn't it take 10 minutes though?
Is that what it does?
Yeah,
it's a ritual.
we got time.
Any effect?
Any deader.
Oh,
Oh
mean,
wow! I'd like to use counter
What are you trying to counter?
charm to see if any kind of charmed effect, any kind of domination effect going on currently.
fear or charm.
See, if, we'll try and rule. We're trying to rule out charm as an option, as a source, a cause of the murder.
All right. You cast Counter Charm, and it doesn't seem like anything really changes.
Okay, so no, I get no reaction from anyone.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
I'd like to question the lady beside me because like she's been so quiet.
I would like to request the Lord of Stags to remove his helmet.
Amara gives a glance at you and says, "The three lords are not allowed to remove their armor. They give up any sense of self once they become one of the three lords."
Way to insult one of the three lords.
Yeah, and so it's the
Okay.
only guy we can't insight check at all.
What? No, we can insight check.
Well, that sucks a fat one, doesn't it? Whatever.
Yeah, but still, everyone here seems to be pretty genuinely shocked.
Yeah, you can fake emotion.
Except the guy in full plate just standing there.
Can
Well,
I
being
can I performance check to try and bring that girl out of her hysteria?
What are you
Oh,
doing?
you
A little
can try.
frog top hat dance from Looney Tunes? Seriously?
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Oh, god damn it.
No,
Little
she's
fart
pretty much ignoring you.
Oh, god damn it.
Didn't you say that Namie's runes were glowing a little bit, but
Yeah.
Anis's weren't?
Correct.
Would we remember which ones were glowing?
They were just sort of her tattoos just had a faint glow to them.
Does that mean magic is... I'm non-magic using character. Does that mean this shit's activated or something?
Wait,
Maybe.
does Trickery have anything left in her glass?
Yep.
I want to take a look at the glass real quick. I should say I want to take a look at its contents.
All right.
Was she poisoned?
Was she?
That means roll.
Fine.
Roll a dice,
Yeah,
damn
that's
it.
Woo!
No.
Wait, do you have
He doesn't have advantage.
Well,
Why
I
is it
use
doing
my-
that for everybody then?
Okay, no,
Because
that's,
when
You
said
can,
it-
you can use your magnifying glass, but you're just gonna see that it's liquid. You're not really gonna.
so I can't see
You
particulate
can't
or
you can't
anything.
separate molecules with your eyeballs.
the molecules are all little skull and crossbones. I knew it.
Oh, there's residue on the glass. Nothing.
God
No?
damn it.
Okay.
Can I do like an Arcana check to figure out how I was blinded?
Based off of how it felt, it's more than likely that someone literally cast blindness upon you.
Okay,
Oh.
that's... I immediately look to the woman on my right or left or whichever side she's sitting on.
Wherever she's at.
Yeah.
I am at a loss here.
Is the door
She is still just sitting there drinking wine.
door with the guards the only way into and out of this room?
Yep.
Supposedly.
Yep.
Come on, nobody's questioning the drunk.
Yeah, no, I look over at the silent one, and I say, you've had nothing to say in this matter. Speak, and I cast command.
Oh, shit.
Some cold shit.
And she tells you her life story.
She looks at you and just gives you a glare. Says, "I don't really have interest in the matters of mortal creatures. I'm here as a service to my friend." And she looks to Amara, who gives her a slight nod.
He just tried to command a dragon.
I don't give a shit. I didn't.
I mean, the mortal creature part is kind of like, what the fuck does she mean?
That's the dead giveaway.
Nyx kind of fights the urge to just slam her head into the table at this point.
What the fuck is going on?
Can dragons see in the dark? Like, did she see
Yes.
anything?
Depending
Yes,
on,
right.
they either have true sight or blind sight.
Yeah,
Hey, dragon lady, did you see anything?
Dragon. You could at least use her name.
I fight
We
the
don't
urge
know
to-
her name.
Her name.
She
Oh,
didn't
that's the
say.
unnamed one. Okay, that's the unnamed one. My
I
bad.
fight
Yeah.
the urge to drink Trickery's glass.
Hey, dragon lady.
Aren't you Warforged? Doesn't that not affect you
I know.
if you drink it?
That's,
Like,
that's the joke.
okay.
But fuck.
She
Uh,
Wait, what did you ask her? I just
Asked
like
her if she saw anything. Because can't dragons see in the dark? And...
For your information, I wasn't paying attention to this whole charade.
Did you notice anything at least?
I noticed that my wine glass is getting a little low. She downs the rest of it.
God damn it.
We are the worst detectives ever.
Yeah.
I have nothing on this. Like. fingerprint,
Okay, Nyx is going
pencil,
to
hand.
check the walls for secret passages.
Doesn't somebody
well,
have zone of truth? Can't we
is-
just cast it around the table and make everyone say, "Did you do it? Yes or no?"
I that's a cleric thing.
I'm looking through my abilities.
Actually,
don't-
paladins get it as well.
Well,
What are you looking for?
zone
Zone
of
of
truth.
truth.
That's 3rd level. I don't even have access to it yet.
How did we cast it on my first date or second day then?
We didn't.
we had a
Didn't.
cleric.
Oh, you're right. We did have a cleric at the time.
Oh, that elf dude!
Hmm.
Son of a bitch! I forgot he
The
existed.
guy who's still in the character sheets.
Athelion.
Aelion.
Athelion.
Althalion.
Alien.
I knew somebody did it, but I just automatically assumed it was Vlad because he's still here.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
Oh, I see how it
So,
is.
We end today with a simple question.
Who done it?
Who
Who
done it?
did it?
Who is Darkman?
And it
Shadow.
has to be someone in the room.
I
Oh,
see there's an
Bum
invisible
bum
person.
bum. Oh, dude, is that? God damn it, we're playing Clue. We got Colonel Mustard. We've got the
Yeah.
fucking Monopoly guy.
And with that, we are ending this session. But amusingly enough, I actually gave you the choices of what type of adventure to have before this all started.
that's true.
I imagine the other one was more fighty
Would have been
fighty.
a fighting one.
You had three choices.
We had 3.
What were
Yurik, the hegemony, the silver, or
I mean, it was Starlight, right? She gave us that
she
thing.
gives
She just gave us a report. What was the other one?
Ledger's Town?
That's true. We did have that option, even though that
that
wasn't what anyone was thinking about.
That was just like a suicide one.
was pretty prior to though. Was there anything?
Situation of the North, Elven Kingdom, Mojini.
Ah, we should have gone to Uruk. I wanted to fight someone. Punch your stupid faces.
I mean, well, we know whoever it was a wizard.
Technically, you guys could have gone to Morden, but yeah.
Oh, we could have.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What's Morded?
Exactly. That's how buried that plot. You buried the lead on that plot hook there, buddy.
Not really. You guys simply didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Remember,
You said Morden was gearing for war. Nobody messaged us to invite us there.
no, but remember, you know someone from Morden who's been acting weird.
Do?
That gravekeeper guy? Is that who that
Oh.
was?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did not remember he was from Warden.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know
The
the
creepy
story
dude looking
anymore.
after the dead people.
It's like I lost my notes from that session.
He's
I
the
d-
other
maybe-
person
I haven't
who wasn't
replaced
there
them
during
yet.
the tournament when the shit happened.
I didn't
might-
realize he was an option for us to do. Like, they said, okay, Morden is preparing for war, and the thing that we did the charity stream on, like, that was resolved. That's what I
That's
knew
not-
about that. I didn't know it was an option.
That's
to
not
do.
Morden though. That's a different place.
No.
No, it wasn't at Morden, but it's in the north. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, is to me, that report was lumped in with our charity stream thing. It wasn't something you were supposed to go to.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
Lizzie's
yeah,
family
it's a-
becomes 6 on the list.
Okay, so it's not a big deal. Well,
Hopefully.
there are magic items notwithstanding, there are 5 jobs that can or classes that can cast blindness.